Let's do it. Ooh, that was fast. Hello.
Well, hello everybody. Hello.
Hi. Oh my, that was fast. Welcome in Monday. We're here on a Monday. Welcome. That's what I meant to say.
I almost said Thursday.
It all combined together. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome. Can you guys see us? Hopefully you guys
I see us. I see us on my phone. I just pulled it up.
I got to refresh.
Oh,
okay. Let's get the phone all set up to go. Hello, everyone. Welcome.
Hello. Happy Monday, everybody.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. I know this is not our regularly scheduled day, but Jace, you want to tell everyone why we moved to this Monday?
Because this Sunday is the Midwest Antique Holiday Show in Canfield. I got it right. Canfield, Ohio. So if you guys are anywhere near that area and you're into holiday, it's a must from what I gather. It's been years.
Absolutely.
It's been years since I went. I went when it was in Columbus before they moved it up to Canfield. So you can come see the one and only Amie of Amie. Mother Tuckers is going to be vending there. So that's why we moved to Monday, so we can get everything out to you guys and done before.
You guys have to travel to drive to the show, and then setup is all day on Saturday.
Yes. And well, then we have to be back home Monday because one of us has to work at the shop on Memorial Day. So either me or Tina are going to be at Mother Tucker's on Monday. So we'll do the show. We got to pack everything up and drive straight home Sunday night. So
after the show on Sunday.
Yeah, we got to drive straight home.
Well, I'll be doing the same thing. I don't have to work at Mother Tucker's, but I'll be driving home after the show.
Hey, if you and Pam come, we'll put you to work. We'll take care of you.
Yeah, we could work at the store on Monday. We can dust things and reorganize. It was a long weekend for me too.
Sure.
Traveling all the way back from Wisconsin to be back for the sale tonight. So yes, we had a busy weekend, and yes, we're going to the Midwest Holiday Show. And I know some other folks that are going to be at the show too. So that's going to be exciting. Christmas Wonderland. I cannot wait.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. And Easter and Halloween.
And all the things.
Valentine's Day. Yeah.
Yes. Parmesan, well, he was up here. It looks like he's left, but he was very excited to see me when I got home. So
I'm sure.
Okay, let's say hello to the friends, and then we will get into it because we do have 18 rounds of goodies to bring you guys tonight. I do have a mini community share to share, 2 photos to share with you tonight from Miss Tina, who I got to see at Elkhorn, and her husband. So I have a share from Tina tonight. Awesome. All right. So let me scroll. Oh my goodness, all the way up here. I already know who was here. Super early bird. I already know
who it was.
And 2:32 p.m. William.
Wow.
2:30. Right. I'm really surprised that StreamYard didn't delete that, actually.
Okay. Yeah, I am too.
Very surprised. Nikki Moss is next.
Hello. Oh my gosh. Hi, Nikki. Congrats.
Yeah. Number 2. And then Lisa.
All right, Lisa.
Third. All right. Welcome in, everyone. And Janine was here. And I got to see and visit Janine. Also,
how were the cheese curds, Amie?
Wonderful.
Were they good?
I so wish I could just bring some to share with everybody, but sadly they get gobbled up in mere moments. So
I hear you.
Yeah, they were fantastic. But cheese curd inflation, they did go up by $1. But worth it. Totally.
Nothing sacred.
I know. Terry is here. Hey, Terry. Welcome,
Terry.
in.
Good to see you, Terry.
Shannon is with us tonight. Hey, Shannon.
Hello, Shannon.
Good to see you. Kim has joined us.
Hi, Kim.
Hello, Kim. Chrissy is back with us. Hey, Chrissy. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Miss KB is here. Hello,
Hi,
hello. All right. I'm going to try and go through this really quickly. Karen G is here. Karen is going to be our bid ender this evening. So thank you in advance, Karen, for helping us out, as always. Cindy Lou is here. And Gavin is also here with us.
I'm a snapping full. I will make it quick. If you guys are not subscribed to the one and only Gavin of Grady Group of Vintage Recordings, you're missing out. Please make sure you follow him here on YouTube. It's the same name as it is here, as it is over on Instagram. He plays music. It's on vinyl. It's on a turntable, and he drops all kinds of knowledge. So please show those Gillette some support and follow Grady Group of Vintage Recordings. Thank you, Miss Amy.
It's a must. And there is Tina. Tina is who has something cool to share with us for community share tonight. And good to see you, Tina. Mama Pam is here.
Hello, Pam.
Hi,
did she find some goodies too this weekend?
She did. Yeah, she did buy some things. Yeah, she bought some Barbie things. She bought some things for the booth. She bought one thing for herself. She added to her diamond pottery collection. She got pig. She got the pig.
Okay. That's her collection. Congrats, Pam.
Who else am I seeing? Tracy is here. Hey, Tracy.
Hello, Tracy. Good to see you.
Perry Hughes is here.
Hello, Perry.
Hey, Perry. Melanie is here.
Hi, Melanie.
Good to see you. Dusty Moose.
Hello, Dusty. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Oh, your mom changed her profile.
She did. Hey, it's a giraffe. Okay, Mom.
It's cute. It's really cute.
Is. It's kitschy. It's kitschy.
Hi, Linda. Good to see you. Joe is here.
Hi, Joe. Good to see you, sir.
I'm scrolling. There is Chris. Hello, Chris.
Good to see you, Chris.
And Bug. Hey, Bug. Good to see you.
Hello, Bug.
Sharon Spencer is here. I'm trying not to skip anyone. Welcome in.
Hello.
I see a lot of repeats. Heather Gibbs is here. Hey, Heather. Good to see you tonight. Hey, Laura is here.
Hello, Laura.
Ooh, Laura's coming to the Midwest show.
Yep.
That's going to be exciting. Okay. Yeah, if anybody else is coming, let us know, because that's going to be a fun time.
Yes.
You won't regret coming either. Hello, Marianne. Good to see you.
Hello.
Miss Gutierrez. Hello, Debbie.
Debbie.
Retro D is here.
Hello, Retro D. Good to see you.
Linda Tilford is here. Welcome in. Shanna M. Welcome. Good to see you tonight. Diane is here. Hey, Diane.
Hi, Diane.
Good to see you. Chafina is back with us.
Hello.
Critter Girl.
Hello, Critter Girl.
Deborah Williams.
Hello, Deborah.
Everybody's just saying hello to one another. Minx is here.
Hi, Minx.
I'm scrolling. I'm trying to see. There's the other Tina. Hi, Tina.
Hello, Tina.
Tina, I get to see you soon. Very soon.
Yes, the two birthday girls are going to get to hang out.
It's the Geminis. That's what's happening. Okay. I think I'm caught up. No, I missed Ashley. Ashley's in the chat somewhere. I missed her because I see other people saying hello to her.
Exactly.
But I don't see her in the chat.
That's Blueberry Barn just popped in. Erin popped in.
Erin's in here too?
Yep, she just popped in.
She's there it is. It finally came in there. Hey, Erin, good to see you. Spark Joy in Life just came in there. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't see Erin's comment in the chat. That's really weird. Maybe StreamYard filtered it out because sometimes it does that. Okay. I'm at the bottom, so we're going to talk about how the sale is going to roll tonight, and then we will get right into it. All right. Mm-hmm. So first and foremost, I have to get my things up here. You want to be in live chat all messages, not top chat. So make sure you change your chat settings if you are stuck in live chat, or if you're stuck in top chat. Make sure to toggle back to live chat. If you're in top chat, it's going to filter out some of the comments. So always make sure you're in live chat, all messages. And due to the crazy lag that we have here on YouTube, always, we do recommend that you refresh often. So you can either close out of the YouTube app or on the computer to refresh. But the quicker way to do that is to tap on the screen on your mobile devices. Those are going to be faster options for you. If you tap the screen in the upper right-hand corner, you'll find the gear wheel icon. Hit playback speed and 2 times. If you're lagging behind at all, we are going to sound funny until you're caught up with us again. So we do recommend to do that as often as possible. So we are doing 18 rounds of goodies tonight. We will give you a starting price for that item. I will pin it up here on the screen. We will give you a brief description of the item. We'll give you any kind of knowledge that we may know, and makers, that sort of thing, any kind of measurements, and we will know any kind of issues that the item may have, especially if it has any repairs, chips, any kind of issue. We will show everything to you live here on the screen. And if you're interested in bidding on anything tonight, all you have to do is type your bids down into the chat. And as I see them come into StreamYard, I will highlight them so they pop up here on the screen so you know where the bid's at. And after we're done describing the item, we will do a 20-second countdown to account for the lag. Hopefully that is enough time for everybody to get those bids in there. And the highest bid that we see come in before the official bid end of Karen G will be the winner. And we do have to go by what we see on our screen. It may look different to you, but we have to go by our screen just to be the most fair to everyone. And we are allowing the just in cases tonight. All that we ask to use the just in case is that you're an active bidder. What that means is you put at least one straight bid on the current item that we're showing. Then you're welcome to utilize the just in case during the countdown. So that's the max amount that you're willing to pay, plus the letters JIC. Type that into the chat during the 20-second countdown. And if your just in case is the highest before the bid end, we'll bid you up $1 over the next highest amount. Do keep in mind, if there's more than one just in case put into the chat that comes in before the bid end, those do turn into regular bids. If you win an item tonight, we do need some information from you, especially if you're a brand new buyer. You can pre-register if you would like to, but that is not necessary. But if you win, we do need some information. We need your YouTube screen name, your real name if it's different from your screen name, your full shipping address, and email that we can send a PayPal invoice to. So we need all of that information emailed to us. And if you don't have a PayPal account, that's okay. You can check out as a guest. So when we send our invoices out in PayPal, we can send you a direct link to that invoice. Then you can check out as a guest with any debit, credit, Venmo, Apple Pay, or PayPal. Okay. And do keep in mind when we do send our invoices out, payment is due within 24 to 48 hours of receiving that invoice. And our emails are currently up here on the screen. You can also find them down in the description of the video. They're also pinned in a comment at the top of the chat, and my lovely mod ladies do a great job putting them into the chat throughout the sale. So pretty easy to find that information. But very important, if you're a brand new buyer to either one of us, that is why we need your information. And shipping, we will talk about the shipping, and then we'll talk about when we're doing our invoicing. So shipping is not included with the winning bid price. Keep that in mind. That is additional. We do both use Pirate Ship to get discounted shipping rates versus the full retail that you would pay at the post office. And we need your address, and that is how we calculate your shipping. So it's calculated from the distance from you to us and the weight and size of your package. So a little change. I've got to update our little graphic here. We do have shipping available to anywhere in the US and Australia. Unfortunately, we have been notified that Canada is getting ready to go on a postal strike. I believe the 21st or the 22nd was the date for that. And it did say that if there was any shipments made before that, there is a possibility that those packages will be stuck in limbo and they may not be delivered. They might even be returned to sender. So unfortunately, we're not going to be shipping to Canada until they lift that postal strike. And Karen is keeping me updated on that situation as we speak. And then I'll let Jason talk about that last point. We'll talk about when we're doing our invoicing and shipping this week.
All right. If you purchase from me tonight, I own a brick and mortar, Mother Tucker's Antiques. I'm in Ephrata, Pennsylvania. I'm part of Adamstown, PA, Antiques Capital USA. If you purchase from me and you don't want to pay shipping, even if you're coming down from Canada, you can pick it up at Mother Tucker's. Just let me know via an email. We will invoice you just for the items or item that you purchased, and then we'll communicate via email on when and how you want to pick it up. We can hold things for a reasonable amount of time, so just let us know. So we will be able to do that. And like I said, we'll just communicate in emails, not here in the chat. We don't want to talk about that business here in the chat. So just let us know. Before I forget, there's some more business we have to get to, but Marianne, I am so sorry. Amy, I don't know if you saw, she mentioned that she put her boy down today. So,
I did see it in the chat.
Our hearts break for you, Marianne. We're definitely fur baby lovers, so we're so sorry.
So sorry. Okay. We just have to talk about. So I'm shipping from Michigan. If you purchase anything from me tonight, I will be doing invoicing tomorrow. So I'll just email you when your invoice is out there. And then I'm hoping to get everything shipped out by Wednesday this week, if possible. Thursday at the latest. We are leaving bright and early Friday to head to Ohio for the Midwest show. So yeah, I'll try and get everything out as early as I can get it out there to the post office.
I'm pretty much the same as Amy. I'm going to start packaging. I have to work at the store tomorrow and stock, but when I get home, I hope to start to pack things up. But then we hope to have invoices out by Wednesday. So we have to get packed up and leave ourselves. So we'd like to try to get everything to the post office on Thursday. If you guys pay for anything while we're gone, it won't be able to go out until next Tuesday because Memorial Day is, of course, a holiday. So if something gets paid while we're gone, it'll be here and it will go out first thing Tuesday. So, but again, we'd like to get the invoices paid and then we could get those things out to you Thursday at the latest. So the latest I could probably go is Thursday afternoon at 4 or 5 o'clock. One of them closes early, but I could get it out, Thursday. Friday, we're going to be on the road before any of the post office open. So Thursday would be our last day. So Thank you, Amy.
All right. There he is.
Oh my God. Yes. And everything Amy said, and I'm shipping out of Pennsylvania. I'm sorry. I figured when I said PA and picking up, yes, it's from Pennsylvania is where I ship from. Sorry, Amy.
That's right. I see a couple other people pop in the chat. Oh, there's Ashley. I see her in the chat now.
Catworm's here.
I don't know what happened earlier.
Hello,
Wendy,
Catworm.
Wendy is here. We got to meet Wendy at Elkhorn as well. So that was super fun. We had a big group of people at cheese curd time. So that was super fun to hang out with everybody. And Catworm, good to see you tonight.
Good to see you.
Thanks for being here. Okay. All right. And Parmesan has joined us.
Hello.
I hope there's not a bug on the curtain. I'm gonna have to check on that. Give me a second, real quick.
Okay. Oh gosh, Amy. I was gonna say I could have went first this time.
No bug.
No bug.
I don't know what he was doing back there. Sometimes there's like a buck settler bug or a ladybugs have been out recently, and curtains don't discourage him at all. He will climb on the curtain. So
I've had some fur babies. The same thing. Same thing.
Okay. All right. I guess we will go ahead and start. So I will start with my first item here. I have a lot of, I did have a small preview that I put up before we left for Wisconsin of some things, but that was not everything. So I have some surprise items that are freshly picked from the weekend coming tonight. But I have a lot of kind of beach things, mermaids, fish, sea kind of related things. So that's kind of my theme tonight. I have some non-things like that too, but mostly everything kind of works together. And Jason's got cats and Disney and a few things in between sort of stuff.
Yeah. It's a mix.
It's a whole gamut tonight. Yes. Okay. My first item is going to start at $12. And this is super cool. Usually when I see these, they're broken, and I don't ever get to pick one up. And I know Tina has quite the collection of these herself, but I've never been able to find one of these that has not been broken. And it's a little shell flapper doll. I think whoever made her did a really good job with her. She is nice and sturdy, and they even put like plaster of Paris in the bottom of her shell to help her stand up. I do believe this is a handmade piece, not manufactured. Most of the shell dolls are handmade. And she's got like a really sweetly painted, hand-painted little face there. Even gave her blush, so detailed on it. I mean, it's not very big for the head at all. And then her legs and arms are chenille stems. And I like that they use this type of shell for the body because like the bottom part of it kind of looks like a collar for her dress. I think she's so cute. And then they even added the little like puka shells for the shoes, and then hand painted her little Mary Jane shoes. I think that is adorable. And she even has, so the body is like two shells put together. And there's the back of her just kind of plain on the back. But because they put the plaster of Paris in there, she's really nice and sturdy. Some of the other ones that I have run across that have been broken don't have like weight in the bottom. And I think that is mainly the issue with these is how they get broken is they just fall over. But she's super great condition. Measurement for her is 4 inches tall by about 2.5 at her like little arm span. Of course, you can bend her arms and make her do something else or maybe hold something in there in her hand. But yeah, Wendy, you've never seen one of these? There's really fancy ones that have like whole dresses made out of little shells and everything. Yep. Yeah. But this one was, I don't know, she's just petite. I believe maybe she was supposed to be like a place card holder. Where I got this, they had some other ones that were like little parasols almost made out of shells. And I think maybe they were for like a shower or something like that. But this was the only like little lady one that they had. But we will go ahead and get Jason started. And so we can keep it moving. And we will do a recap at the end, you guys.
$12 choice, Amy. $12 choice. And I have a few more enamel pins. These were 2 that were left over. You got a 12, Amy. I think Linda.
I know. Linda just came in there. All right, Linda, let's count it down for you. How old is she, Minx? I think that this one probably 40s, maybe early 50s, but I do think she's probably in the 40s range based on how she's painted, more like flapper girl kind of style. All right, let's count her down. Linda's in at 12. We're looking for 13 or more, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bid end.
I'd get one of those little cocktail umbrellas and put it in her hand like a little parasol. Yeah. That'd be so cute.
Or maybe you could find a little pail.
Oh, yeah.
She's at the beach. All right, bid end is in there. All right, Miss Linda, she is coming to you. Thank you so much.
All right, Amy, $12 choice. And these are 2 that are left over from like the ones I sold last Monday. So, but these don't have stems on them. So I'll show each one of them to you. They're going to start at $12 choice, and they're both about 3.5 inches in diameter. So again, you can see how vibrant the paint is on these. These are the larger ones. Even the paint on the back of each one of these is in superb condition. There's no rusting or pitting at all there to the pin itself, the little safety clasp. And this one is the black with the white center. So both of these look similar, but they're both a little different. So this one is indented. So this one is your little innie here. And I'll show you why that makes a difference with the next one I offer up. So $12 choice. I do love the black and white. And again, you can see there are no really gouges or issues underneath the light. I just remembered with this one, I could see that there was a little like manufacturing defect with the paint right here. I don't even know if it's going to show. There you go. You can kind of see where it bubbled in manufacturing. So that's the only real condition issue with that one. So that'll be your first one. And this one we're going to call white because the center is white. This one has a buttery yellow center, and this one has a kind of different backing that I don't see all that often. I believe this makes this one just a little bit older with some of the ones that Tina has collected and has had. Again, they're the same exact diameter. They are 3.5 inches, and this one you can see the center part is actually outward. So if you can see that, and then here I'll hold this one here, you can sort of see the difference in the 2 pins. One's pressed inward, one is kind of outward. So again, I thought these would be really fun heading into summer, especially now that we're soon near Labor Day. We can all wear our white culottes now that I think we love to break out and wear. So I thought if you got your white pants on, one of these might be neat to add to your maybe to your outfit, So this one kind of, they both read sort of daisy to me almost. But $12 choice, this would be the one we're calling yellow. So you can see that that's like a buttery yellow. And then I thought that, heck, if you wanted one that's just all white and black, I have that version too. And again, that'll show it better. That one is indented. And then this one, you can see that it is raised up a bit. So hello, Nan. Good to see you. And then again, you can also see that this one has smaller petals. This one has bigger. Two variations that I think would go well together. So let's count them down. Thank you so much, Nikki. I see you're 12. We're looking for 13 or more on choice of the 1960s enamel pins. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. I see you, Joanne, there at 13. We're looking for 14 or more. Don't forget, if you're an active bidder, you can use that just in case. And again, there's no real issues to report except for that manufacturer defect on that one, but there's still paint on it, so there's no bare metal. Thank you so much, Karen G, for the bid end. So Nikki had a just in case of 15. So Nikki, you get first choice at 14. This one we're calling white because of the center, and this one will be yellow. So you can pick white or yellow, and of course you can take both.
They look good together.
They do. All right, Nikki, thank you so much. Thank you so much, ladies.
Congratulations. Okay. This is going to be for the, well, hello, Laura. Good to see you. Welcome.
Well, hello.
Hello. Okay. This is going to be for the pair. Now, this is a mismatch set. Okay, truth be told, these did not originally come together, but I found them together, and they were sold together as the set, although they are from totally different shaker sets. But I thought, I don't know how long they've been together, but they're going to come that way. So the fish would have come with another fish, and the mermaid actually comes with another colorway of mermaid. But they are both salt and pepper shakers. Okay, Chrissy, I see you. Thank you so much. So I thought I'd, bring them together instead of doing a choice because they're friends, right? They're under the sea friends. So this one does have a cork stopper on the bottom. And the fish actually is supposed to have a stopper here at the back. Interesting placement there. But no stopper is present for the fish any longer. All right. Both from the same time period, both mid-century ceramics. But I will say that the mermaid, well, hello, Dennis. Good to see you tonight. Chrissy's back in there at 20. The mermaid did have like a little area where it looks like somebody touched up right there in the hair. It blends in pretty good there. She does have some crazing present in the glaze. And so she's kind of like a turquoisey blue or a light blue for her fins, or her, like the body of the mermaid. And then it's kind of like a reddish pink for the tail, and then blonde hair for her. So she's, posing it up. And then the fish is, the body of the fish is kind of like a cornflower blue. It's getting kind of washed out. It looks more white on camera, but it's kind of like a cornflower blue and then darker pink. And I really like how they paint this fish. And then a little pops of yellow on there too. I love the lashes on that fish. So you're going to get the pair because I thought, well, heck, they are, they're cute together, right? And we're not going to really use these as salt and pepper shakers. They're going to be more figurines anyways. Mm-hmm. All right. Measurements real quick. The fish is 3 inches tall and the mermaid is 3 3/4 inches tall.
That fish is checking that mermaid out. The way I know this guy, hey now, what's going on over there? Yeah, I don't know about you.
I just thought they were cute anyways, even though they were mismatched. Mermaid just wants to fall over because my board's not flat. All right, let's count them down. Chrissy's in at 20, so we're looking for 21 or more. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, a bid end. All right, Chrissy, I see you're just in case. And Dennis has got it just in case. We're waiting for, oh, Dennis came back in there. That fast internet right before Karen's bid ends. All right, Dennis, they are coming to you for 36. Thank you so very much. We do have a crazy lag, you guys. How I'm seeing things come into StreamYard. They are coming into chunks, so that tells me it's a bad lag today.
$10 choice, Amy. And I didn't preview these. These are something that I think are getting a little harder to find, and they're utilitarian, and they're fun to have, especially when you have ephemera or flowers. So $10 choice. It's going to be choice on metal flower frogs, okay? So this is going to be your first one. You can see it is one of those oval ones, and it is the like very metal tone color, kind of the gray color. So $10 choice. This is going to be your first one that you can choose from. I see you, Dusty, in at 10. Thank you so much. This one does have a little bend right there on the tip, but this one measures about 3 inches. So it's about 3 inches across. So this is a good heavy one for flowers, or this is a good heavy one if you're going to use and have like some big ephemera you want to show. So that one we're going to call A. So Wendy, I see you in at 11. We're looking for 12 or more. So that one's going to be A. This one's going to be B. This one's new old stock. It's never been used. It's still in its pack. So I did my best to clean it, but as I started to clean the plastic, some of the teeth started to come through. So I backed off a little bit. So, but it's coming to you new. It's made a genuine daisy, it's called. And it was $2.10 brand new. And back here in the back, it says it's from Los Angeles, California. So, and again, this one is metal. So these are super heavy. And this one is the new old stock. So if you're looking for one that doesn't have any condition issues, this one does not. And this one measures 4.5. So that one's 4.5. So here you can see the difference here. Those are your first two to choose from. So this one's going to be A. This one's going to be B. And then C. C's a doozy of one. Look how big this one is. And it comes with its original metal holder. That's cool. And it lifts out. So this does lift out, and then you can see it has the little indent there. And if you can see the dimples there on the inside, it just rests in there. So you're going to get both of these together, and it looks like it's the same company as the one that is the new old stock. It says
Jason, I literally saw flower frogs like half that size for $30.
I know. I will say that in the shops they are really going up in price. So
no kidding.
This would be a good opportunity. And this one is like a brass, outside, and that's kind of powder coated with the green. And this one, the whole entire thing, when it sits in, measures 5 across, but the flower frog itself measures 3 across. So you're going to bid on choice. Maybe you want them all, and you can see how clean they are. So this one you're going to call C. So this one is C. This one is going to be B. Again, these two, B and C, are made by the same company. They're from Los Angeles, California. And then this one is going to be A. So I see everybody's bids. Dusty's in at 20. Chris is back in at 21. Let's do a countdown. We are doing just in case for active bidders. Top bidder can pick which ones they want. So that's A, B, and the big one is C. So 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. You can see that one does have a little rust on it, a little patina. But again, this one's going to be A. This one's going to be B. And then this big boy here is going to be C. Again, all in very good condition. So thank you guys for the bids. Wendy and Nikki both had a just in case of 25, but Dusty had a just in case of 28. So 26, Dusty, you get first choice. This one is A. This one is B. And then this big guy is C. And trust me, if you really want to wait, have some ephemera on it.
Or the metal dish like that.
Me neither.
I guess they could go missing.
Yes. This one can hold a lot of flowers, too, if you're going to use it for its intended purpose. So this one is C. This one is B. You want B and C. All right, Dusty. Thank you so much. Those are yours. So, Wendy, did you want the smaller one at 25? And if you pass, Nikki, you could have this one if you're interested. And again, this one measures 3 inches, 3 inches across. And these are the kind I use for my cards for the holidays. So this will hold a nice sized greeting card, of course, a nice flower. But Wendy, you could have choice on that if you're interested at 25. And then Nikki, you'll have back up. I'm trying to see who comes after that. I think we're back to Chris then. I think we're okay. Wendy's taking a pass. So Nikki, if you can let me know if you were interested. And then after Nikki, I think the next on deck
Nikki
is going.
says yes.
Okay, Nikki, thank you so much. Thank you, ladies.
And Nikki, what did you say? I looked
did I
3
miss?
hours for these at an antique yesterday.
What?
Whoa.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
Congrats.
I mean, I don't see them as much as I used to see them either, but when I do, they're like, holy cow. They may as well be gold plated.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna do a mermaid item next. And I haven't found one of these pieces in quite a long time. I'm not sure if I've ever found this particular piece from the series before. I've had the soap dish and the cup from this series and the lipstick holder. But I don't think that I've ever had this particular piece. And this is made by Napco. And it is called the Princess Mermaid series. They did do 2 different variations of these. I prefer this one. They have a different one where it's kind of marbled with like gray. It kind of looks like marble countertops or marble bathroom, like vanity kind of tile where it's kind of like gray veining that is throughout. But I prefer this one. It's much simpler on this one. Catworm, I see you. Thank you so much. And so they are all accented. So they're all just little tiny mermaids kind of in with some white shells. That's what all the whole series looks like. And they all feature a little rhinestone on their little crown up there that they have in their hair. I just really like the series. And it's like a pedestal dish. I've seen this like advertised as a few different things, like a little jewelry dish. I've seen it for like cotton balls, that sort of thing. But as far as I know, it's just called like the pedestal dish. So it's kind of multi-purpose, and it is stamped Princess Mermaid, although whoever stamped it did like kind of smeared it a little bit there on the bottom.
It was a Friday, end of the day.
They were in a rush that day. Remnants of the Napco sticker is kind of faded there at the bottom. As far there is crazing present in the glaze that I'm seeing, but not any kind of flea bites or repairs on it. It's in really nice condition, so I'm not sure that it was probably used a whole lot. If it was, but I think I've also seen people who have this drape some like pearls over the side of it. It looks pretty cute for a display as well. Dennis, I see you at 25. Thank you so much. And I did measure this dang thing, but I didn't write it down. It's 4.5 inches tall, and it's 5 inches at the widest point of the shell there on the top. For those fancy soaps that you're not allowed to touch. Yes, Lisa.
Yes.
The little shell soap.
Yes.
All right. We are going to count it down. We're looking for 26 or more. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid in. Yes, the soaps that you weren't allowed to touch. Yes. The guest soap that accumulated 3 inches of dust on it because you weren't allowed to use it. Yeah.
And then you had to wipe a layer of soap off just to clean that dust off.
That soap. Yep. Oh, I know lots of relatives that had the soap that you weren't supposed to. It was decorative only. All right. Bid end is in there from Karen. Thank you so much. All right. So it looks like Marianne came in there with a 26, but Dennis had a just in case. So Dennis, it is coming to you for 27. Thank you so much. Perfect for your mermaid bathroom.
Love it. Love it. $20, Amy, $20. And I didn't preview this. I actually have a piece of glass tonight. So this is a hand-painted piece of Fenton, okay? It's looking a little washed out on the screen, but honestly, you have to take my word. It has that custard yellow hue to it, okay? So it might be looking white on your screen, but it has a very, very pale, buttery yellow to it, okay? So these little plates, usually in Victorian times, because they had the ruffles, these were called your cup plates, okay? So this is actually an early American press design, and it is a cup plate. but we no longer use cup plates. So Fenton had the mold and they went ahead and made these miniature little decorative plates. That is all hand painted here on the front. So you have the little hummingbird. Look at those daisies, how three-dimensional they are there in the field. And then you have some of the lavender colored flowers in the background. It was made in the 90s. I don't know if you'll see it, but there's a little 9 there in the middle where Fenton is. And this is number 71 out of 15,000 that were made. And Jay Brown was the person who painted it. Now, this just isn't your typical little cup plate. It's the custard. So it glows.
Ooh.
It's uranium. It glows under black light. So, and I will tell you that if you light this up from the front or the back, the design literally pops off of this little plate. So, and the little bit of research I did on this, apparently these are very collectible. So, let me give you some dimensions. It measures about 3.5 inches in diameter across. If you guys are familiar, I know a lot of you guys are Victorian lovers. So it is the same exact size and sculpt of what they called cup plates from back in the Victorian era. The little rim around the outside, which is also hand painted, is somewhere between like a pink and a lavender color. I love the hummingbird. I thought this would be great to kind of put into your spring and summer displays. And there are no issues with the hand painting. And you can see that there is great detail there on this plate. 2 tones of pink. You can see the fun little daisies, and they actually have it raised up a little bit. So the centers you can see are 3-dimensional, and you can feel them too. And again, they're numbered on the back, and it is a good, fun piece of Fenton glass. You don't have to be a huge glass collector, to want one of these small little plates. And again, I thought this would be great. There you can see it really does glow in your display. So let's go ahead and do a countdown. Looks like Robin was the first one in at 20. So we're looking for 21 or more, and let's start that countdown. So just in case.
Do you see Heidi's comment?
No, I did not. What he did a lot of the trains and covered bridges later. Well, thank you, Heidi, so much.
And there weren't very many men that did the hand painting.
You're right. And Gavin, I failed you, my friend, because I should have researched exactly when he was painting, but I did not. So let's start a countdown. I see Nikki's in at 22, so looking for 23 or more. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. And a lot of these little cup plates always got damaged because that was very susceptible to being dropped. No chips or cracks. Gorgeous piece of Fenton custard. Haven't had a piece in a long time. And I love the glow to it. So it is just a fantastic piece. So Nikki had a just in case of 30. Robin had a just in case of 20. Whew, y'all are okay. There's the bid end. So, Robin, I'm so sorry. Your 31 came in after the bid end. So for 28, Nikki, congratulations. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous little plate. Thank you so much, ladies.
Yeah, I don't know who said tiny paintbrush, but to paint a little hummingbird.
Intricate.
Yeah,
intricate.
Okay, I have some bling, y'all, for my next round. And I usually don't find brooches this big. Of white rhinestones. I had to bring it tonight. I don't know why. It just reminds me of like something that you would find sparkling in the ocean, like pirate's treasure or something like that. But it is really not showing true to camera. It is just stunning in person. And if you get this thing outside, you might land a plane with it. It's just fully engulfed in white rhinestones. No missing stones on it, and it's very, very large. It does not have a signature on the back. It's very high quality puddling on the back side, safety clasp on the back. I did find a couple of examples of this brooch that said it was unsigned Shriner. So very high quality, high-end costume jewelry. And there's no signature, so I can't verify that, but a couple people did say that they suspected it was unsigned Shriner. So all of the rhinestones in there, even the itty bitty ones, are all prong set in there. And there's no missing stones in there, just really nice. And it's big, it's large. I measured it at 2¼ inches in diameter. It is just, it looks like a snowflake. It's gorgeous. I love that. And I haven't done this video yet. I picked out some other jewelry from the same lady. She had some really, really nice pieces. So I see Nikki Moss is in at 24, and I see Debbie just popped in there with a 26. So we are looking for 27 or more on it, and I am going to count it down. We're looking for 27 or more. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 10, no, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end.
Man, that just icy goodness.
Well, I also brought it tonight because I have this awesome jewelry box that will be coming later. I just thought they looked cool together. So that was another reason why I brought it tonight. Okay. Nikki Moss got a just in case in there right before Karen's bid, and it does have a safety clasping. Yes, it does. Okay. So Debbie had the high bid at 26, and Nikki had a just in case. So Nikki, it's yours for 27. Congratulations. Thank you so much.
$20, Amy, $20, and you're going to get both of these. I can't split them up. We just found these the other week, and I can't split these up. I don't know if these are Joseph originals or not. I did not try
They're Norcrest.
Okay, because I didn't do any research on these guys, but I can't break them up. These little guys are stinking cute. You don't have to be a Siamese cat lover. You don't have to be a cat lover to love these kitschy little cats. And there's absolutely no damage on them whatsoever. So the one that's standing, we'll start with this one. So we'll start with this little guy here. I mean, look at that little teeny, oh my God. Like that face.
Faces, they're so good.
Truth be told, one of the earliest collections that I started collecting were Siamese cats because my first cat was a Seal Point Siamese. So I can remember going to the flea market, and my mom still has some of my early collection in her curio cabinet at her house. So this was one of my earliest collections. I was scouring the yard sales, thrift stores in my early teens looking for Siamese cats. So every time I find one, I just can't help but want to pick it up. And again, you're getting these both. This little guy here, he only measures 2 3/4 inches tall. And they did give him just a little hue of blue, just a little bit, so it picks it up that he's got blue eyes. But there are no chips or cracks to him. He has the little Made in Japan sticker on the bottom and part of an original price tag from a department store. So you're going to get him. Let me spin him around for you so you can see how cute he is. They, of course, did all the normal Siamese cat details, the light tan and brown on the ears, the darker brown tail. So you get him. Then you're going to get his mischievous little buddy who just decides, I just want to lay on my back and play cutie.
You just want to rub his belly.
Oh, I know. Oh, I know. And you know, when a cat does that, they fully trust you when they show their belly to you. So he is in good condition. You can see just a little tiny hue of blue there in the eyes to give the full Siamese cat effect. And there he is stamped on the back, but he doesn't have a Japan sticker or a price tag. And he measures just about the 3 1/4 long. So you'll get them both. So Ashley is in at 23. Thank you so much. We're looking for 24 or more. And again, I can't even tell you how cute these are in person. If you have other cats, in a collection, or you want to, I'm sure they made more versions of these doing other things. These are just stinking cute. So let's do a countdown. We're looking for 24 or more. Let me get them up here on my board. And again, you're going to get them both. So 24 or more, just in case for active bidders. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. I see your 24. Nikki, you're right, Catworm. They are super cute. And I can't break them up. The gang's got to stay together. And these are going to look good with your Joseph mice because they have that same kind of Joseph sort of feel about them. So there's the
Oh,
bid
they
end.
would look cute with the mice. Yeah.
I love them. Thank you so much, Karen G. So Nicole, you get them over Ashley for $29. $29. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the bids, guys. Thank you.
Congratulations. Okay. Before I start this next item, it does have a couple issues with it, but this is a very hard to find wall fish. I've never found this one or seen the set of these out in the wild before, so I couldn't leave it behind, and it's pink. A pink wall fish. I couldn't leave it behind. Now, this is made by Norcrest, just like Jason's kitties. Made by Norcrest, and this set is called the kissing fish. So there would be another fish over here that would be kissing this one. They also came with some bubbles, but I just found this one by itself, and I tend to not leave fish and mermaids behind because I just don't see them very often. Now, the issue with it, on the tail here, there is a little repaired chip. I did not touch this one up. This is how I found it. It blends in very well, whoever did it. And it does appear that they sealed it as well because it does have the shine to blend it in with the ceramic. But there is a repaired chip or touched up chip on the tail. You can see that they color match that pink pretty good. It blends in pretty well. All right. And there is a little shaved area on the back of the tail right here. You cannot really see that from the front, but that is there on the back. And this fin has been glued back on. So I suspect that Fishy took a tumble off the wall, but they really loved it and wanted to save it. So you can't really see the line. I don't even think I'm going to be able to focus that there. It doesn't show much from the front, but you can identify that it has been repaired here on the back. The line is kind of right in there. All right. But 1950s Norcrest pink fish. So the kissing fish. This set in good condition sells for like $200. So yeah. I was still willing to be able to rescue her. Measurement for her, she is 6 inches long, and she is about 5 inches to the top of her fin. So 6 inches this way and 5 inches to the top of her. But she's pretty fantastic. I don't have a mermaid bathroom. Otherwise, I would probably keep her.
It's a great price for her.
Yeah, she is.
So good.
We will go ahead and bring her back at the recap. We'll get Jason going.
All right. $24, Amy. $24, Amy. And it's been a while since I had one of these. These are super collectible. This is an antique wooden pencil box. Wait, you got Lynn.
There we go, Lynn. Sorry about that lag. Okay. All right, Lynn, we'll count it down for you. We're looking for 29 or more. 20, 19, 18, 17,
we
16,
got you.
15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. It's all right, Lynn. It's all right. That's not an easy task to do. So we understand.
No.
All right. There's the bid end from Karen. Thank you so much. All right, Lynn. Fishy's coming to you. Thank you so much. All right.
All right. $24, Amy. And I have an antique wooden pencil case with these fun gnomes on here getting into trouble. Or they could be little pixies or little elves, whatever you want them to be. I've actually seen these same illustrations used in other pieces of German ephemera that I have found over the years. So it would have had a little key to it. The key has gone missing, but have no fear. It is not locked shut, so you can still open it. So this, I probably would say this is probably from the 1920s would be my best guess. You can see over here, it is marked made in Germany. The only condition issue is, now you have to remember, this is paper here that's attached to it. There is a little rip right there. Other than that, this is in great vintage condition. And I love the fact of how small these little guys are, but the dimensions don't make sense. So we have this little guy here. He's like, no. He's like, I'm allergic. And the bee's still coming. This little chubby guy here with like polka dots on his shoes. He's feeding little birdie a worm, which I love.
Oh my God.
This guy here is hi-ho goosey. you know, and then you can see he has kind of like
it's kind of like KB's Pixies riding on Chixies.
Yes.
Riding on a goose.
And he's got plaid shoes on, and this guy here is getting bit in the tuchus by a hen. He's like, ouch, ouch. So in very good condition, still has its original divider. A lot of times they get broken or they go missing. Exactly. Hi-ho goosey. Absolutely. You can see that is the older hinges in there, and that's the older bracket that then it would have been a little locked. So back in the days where we used to, you know, need pens or pencils, the young ones, this was their laptop that they took to school with them. So these are fun to decorate with. You can use them as risers. They're fun to maybe use as jewelry boxes. But most folks that I know just buy them for the graphics, and then they sort of stack them on top of each other. This measures 8 3/4 inches across, and then it's just roughly about 2.5 inches that way. And again, it's getting harder to find these wooden pencil cases, especially that are in salvageable, you know, condition. And I do know, I was going to research to find out who this illustrator was. I know that I've seen these little, like, I don't know, brownie style, gnome style, elf style fellas before. So, and this is reading orange. It's kind of an orangish red. So if it's reading orange on your screen, it's an orangish red, but again, in very good condition. Sometimes they would stamp them on the back, Germany, but this one doesn't have anything except for the made in Germany. If we can get it to focus right there on the front. So let's start a countdown. We're looking, I see a Dusty for 24. We're looking for 25 or more. And we are doing just in case for active bidders. So 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. If you had little bone china miniatures, you could put some on top there if you sat it on its side. The hinges are pretty, you know, recessed in there. But again, remember, this is all paper. And the fact that that stood the test of time, somebody loved this.
I love their big old feet.
I do too. And the fact they gave them polka dots and, you know, stripe, it's just so good. So Dusty, thank you so much. It's coming to you for $24. Thank you so much.
Okay, yes, you guys refresh as often as you can tonight. The lag is like really weird tonight. Like I haven't even switched Jason over yet on my phone. That's how bad it is. It's pretty bad. Okay, mermaid alert. I also have not found one of these in a very long time. Actually, I think the last one that I did find was the same one. But there is a series of 3 different poses of these mermaid figurines. Now, she is bisque ceramic, but all fired on, no cold paint that you have to worry about. Bradley mermaid. They also did salt and pepper shakers and some wall mermaids. Kedmar and Bradley had the same molding for these. Bradley was the first, and then they did sell their molds off to Kenmar later on. You can find these with green tails, and you can also find them with blue tails. And those are the only colorways that I know of that these exist, but very highly collectible and hard to find, these little gals. Now, there's no chipping to her, no repairs to her. She's in really nice condition. So there's like a little like detailing of gold kind of paint on her tail in some areas for some highlights. She does have little blue painted eyes and eyelashes for days. Her hair is white, and then she has like a little gold kind of seashell kind of thing up in her hair. And she's posing for her mermaid senior photos. And I remember doing that same pose for my senior photos. Although I didn't have a mermaid tail, but I remember that pose.
I did a pose like this when we were in Pittsburgh together, and you took the picture of it.
Yes, you sure did. And I post that every time that you have photos, because that is hilarious. And I know that your mom gets a kick out of that photo.
Yes.
Measurement for mermaid. She is 3.5 inches tall by about 1.5 inches at the width. All right. It is a quintessential pose, Karen. Yes, it is.
It is.
All right. So Miss Terry V has the high bid at 39. So we're looking for 40 or more. I see Nikki just popped in there with a 40. So we're looking for 41 or more on the Bradley Mermaid. So let's count her down. Don't forget your just in cases if you are bidding. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. It looks like she's daydreaming.
She is.
All right. I see Nikki's got a just in case of 45. Terry put in a just in case of 60. And there is Karen's Mermaid Wave bid end. Thank you so much, Karen. All right. So Miss Terry V over Nikki's just in case of 45 is coming to you for 46. Thank you so very much.
All right. Hopefully I have some Disney lovers here tonight because I have a few pieces that I think are kind of different. And the first one's going to start at $48. $48. It's in very good condition. I did not test it. I don't have film to see if it works. So I have this vintage.
That is so cool.
I believe this is from the 1950s. It is a official Donald Duck camera. So I actually have everything. I have the camera. I have the box. Plus, I have the instructions. So you're getting the full package. And trust me when I say this is in very, very good condition. So let's start with the camera. This is what the camera looks like. It's actually made by a company called Herbert George Company. Herbert George Company is the one that made the camera. The only issue that I can find is that the one little flathead screw does have a little bit of patina there on it, okay? But it's all official. I researched the Dickens out of this. It even has, no rust up here. It even has its original string to hold it, okay? So it has its original string to hold it. And then back here on the back of this camera, I think this is one of my most favorite things, is that you can see the embossing of Donald with Huey, Dewey, and Louie here on the back of the camera. So, and there, of course, is the eye slot where you're going to look. And then you can see where it says Walt Disney Productions there on the bottom. So for 48, you're getting the camera. I believe it's it's got to be in working condition. But I don't have film to test it. But everything that I could test on it seemed to function beautifully. So you're going to get that. Then you're also getting the original instructions, which I think is really fun. Like literally, whoever had this must have taken really good care of it. So date-wise on this, everybody was saying late 40s, early 50s. So that's what I have to go with. I don't have an exact date, but the paperwork totally tells you how to take care of it and what you're going to need to do. The box is pristine, man. It has just a little bit of wear. I love the graphics on the box. I kind of positioned the camera on top of it in my reel. I think if you had a little case or a little display of Disney, I think it's going to look really good with the box included. So, of course, it says Donald Duck camera. It says any boy or girl 6 years and up can take wonderful pictures. So it's got all these wonderful. Look, Donald's got it around his neck there.
So good.
Like if you even had like a plush Donald Duck or something, you could put this around their neck and use it as a display. I left this open because it's not really fragile, but I don't want to tear the box, but I did want to show you guys everything remains for the flap, even the inside. Mm-hmm. Inside is super clean. So there's no real condition issues. And I will wrap the box separate from the camera. So we'll put tissue paper in there to hold its shape, and then we'll wrap the box separate. So it arrives to you in as good a shape as possible. But for preview purposes, I left the flap open so you could see it. So there's the other side. Now Donald's kind of in his typical stance. He's like, oh, pose, vogue. He's like left, right, up, down. And you can see that that's the patent number on it. And I know that I showed you the camera said Walt Disney Productions. I don't see it anywhere here on the box. So again, you're going to get the box. And I measured, the box comes out to about 5x3. So the box is 5x3. Thank you, Tracy. And Nikki, I think this is such a fun piece. If you don't even have to be a true Disney lover to want this. Even if you're a camera lover, you collect toys. So you get that. And then the dimensions on the camera, it is roughly 4.5 by about 3 3/4. So again, it's the official Donald the Duck camera. It's made by the Herbert George Company. And then this is the back of it. So hopefully that's reading. You can see the embossing of Donald, Huey, Dewey, and Louie. And of course, there you can see, you can look in the hole. So the glass seems pretty clean and pretty clear. So I'm sure if you had some film, you might be able to fire the bad boy up, take it on vacation with you this summer. So thank you so much, Lynn. Let's go ahead and do a countdown on this. And again, you're getting it all for one money. 57 or more. Heather's holding it at 56. So let's count it down. We are doing just in case for active bidders. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. I know, Janine. I was so excited.
I didn't even know this existed. That's so cool.
I tried to see if they did a Mickey one. I couldn't find one. So it looked like Donald had the right.
They chose Donald to represent it.
And I love me some Huey, Dewey, and Louie. They don't get enough play time, I don't think. So
no.
They're like, take our picture on Uncle Donald. So there's our bid end. Thank you so much, Karen G. So with Robin's just in case of 75 over Heather, it's coming to you, Robin, for $71. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
That is super cool. And the box is like a bonus that it's
still
there and like a whole different, display piece. So
and the
really
instructions.
Cool.
And the instructions.
Yeah, everything. Somebody really, really took care of that. Okay. This is really cool. I did give a sneak peek of it already. I have never run across a box like this in the wild. I have known that these have existed, but I have never, ever found one before. And it's in really nice condition, too. It is a half Nautilus shell for the lid. And it's just the coolest thing. And it can stay open on its own to display like that. I think that would look so cool with other shells in it, or jewelry, or things made out of shells. You could even put little miniature mermaids or sand or anything. There's a lot of possibilities with this. And I liked it the second that I saw it. I was like, oh my gosh, that is fantastic. Good. So the chain that holds the lid from going backwards is still intact and really good condition. I don't really see any kind of issues with it. And I didn't do a whole lot of cleaning to this. It is leaded. So how you would put like stained glass together. So all the glass panels are leaded together, and it does have like a very simple style hinge on the back, very similar to like jewelry casket hinges. And I'm not really sure of an age on this, although I suspect it's probably mid-century, maybe a little earlier than that, but very, very well made. And I can't really tell you, there's no chips to the glass. There's no cracking to the glass. There's the bottom. So that's like the bottom of the mirror. So you're gonna see yourself here for a second. And then the bottom of the box is also is a mirror. All right. So I didn't really do a whole lot of cleaning to this. And how the shell is attached, there is also some lead work around the edge of the shell, and then it does have a simple nail that's holding the little chain intact there. All right, I just think it's awesome. Measurement for it, it's 4.5 inches wide, or it's 4.5. Yeah, it's 4.5 this way and 3.5 this way, and then with the widest part this way is about 3 inches. Okay. Right. And I would display it open like this. I think that's fantastic. Jason, have you seen anything like this?
No. And a lot of these shell pieces, they're almost like tramp art. They're almost like, one of a kind where, if they're made, they're very limited. Yeah.
All right. So, yeah. And if you've never like seen a Nautilus shell, and most of the time they have kind of brown on them, but this one is all white, kind of mother of pearl finish on the shell. And I saw a couple other examples of boxes similar to this that had the brown striped Nautilus shell for the lid, but I really like the white one. It's kind of goes with everything. All right, let's count it down. Dusty's in at 44, so we're looking for 45 or more. And I am going to start that countdown. And don't forget the just in cases if you have a bid in there. All right, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end.
So good for a mermaid bathroom to hold your jewelry
Love
in.
it. Oh, Dusty playing around.
So good.
All right, where is that bid end from Karen? And there it is. Thank you so much, Karen. All right, Dusty, you didn't need your just in case. Robin, unfortunately, yours did come in after the bid end. So Dusty Moose, it is coming to you for 44. Thank you so very much.
All right, I've never had one of these, and Tina found it last week. $24, Amy. I actually have an original.
Ooh, good job, Tina.
Kewpie German Rose O'Neil, and this is the little plate. Now, as I get into it, this is really the full package because it actually has its original provenance here on the back. Okay,
that's cool.
So I'll read that to you in a moment, but you can see here on the underside, it is the official Rose O'Neil Kewpie, and they're made in Germany. And I love the font. I always love the way they pull down like that. So $24. I think this is great. Also coming up later, I'll give you a little sneak peek. Probably the same era. I have this mantle clock. See how they kind of?
Yeah.
They're both German.
The green fits.
Both German, and they're porcelain. So great for this time of the year. I think he's a little gardener. He's a little Kewpie garden guy, Bill, right there with his little hat on.
It is Bill. It's totally Bill.
Got his little hoe in his hand, and then these two are playing a little game of hopscotch over here. That is under the glaze. That's actually in the stamping in the transfer of the little Kewpie right there. So again, look at these ferns. So the ferns, I love it that it's the gardener. Then you have the ferns, and then you have this little Kewpie just up here like, hey guys, I'm up here.
He's just floating in the clouds.
He's like, I think I jumped too high, guys. I think I jumped too high. So it says back here on this, and this is what was attached to it from the estate Tina got it from. It says, this plate given to Dad from his social studies teacher when he was a boy. And then later, this plate was then later given to, I don't know if it's Ken or if it's Karen. I don't know what that says. It's K-E, is it? I don't know, but it says it was given to whoever.
Ken to me.
Okay, then it was given to him in April 16th of 1975 on his 34th birthday. So then it was regifted to somebody else in the 1970s. So I have to tell you, this plate has no cut marks on it. These two imperfections are under the glaze. So that's under the glaze and cannot be cleaned off. So that was in manufacturing. And there's only one area, and you'll see it in person. There's like a weird crazing line that started to craze right in this region right here. It almost looks like a slight T across. But again, it's in very good condition. I guess you guys want to know how big it is. It's 6 3/4 inches in diameter. And again, this is the purpley pink style into the tan, into the green down here. And I just love little gardener Kewpie. So proud. Watching those two play a little hopscotch over there. She has like a little apron on. You can see in this guy.
Jason, I was trying to think. There's a name for this pattern. I think it's just called Fern.
Oh, okay.
If I remember correctly.
Gotcha.
Because Royal Rudolstadt did like different kind of backgrounds.
Yes.
Kind of blue and like clouds and grass, and then there's
right.
ferns, and there's some other different patterns that they did for these, but it's in really good condition for being from the 1920s.
Well, and Tina found that. I found this last week, and I thought, my gosh, I kind of pulled them at the same time, and I was like, man, so that clock's coming later. So if you put this like on your mantle and you want something that's going to match, I think they're both going to look good together. So let's go ahead and do a countdown. I saw you, MJ, at 24. Thank you so much. Dusty is in at 25. So we're looking for 26 or more. Let's go ahead and hello, Virginia. Let's do a countdown. We're looking for 26 or more. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Aaron's in at 27. So we're looking for 28 or more on the antique. It's antique now. Porcelain German, Rose O'Neill, QB plate. So Aaron had a just in case of 35. Dusty had a just in case of 89 right before the bid end. So Dusty, congratulations, coming to you for $36. And I'll make sure that stays attached to it too. I think that's
cool.
really
But I like when pieces have those
I
little,
do too.
When somebody receives something or they gifted something. I like that kind of stuff.
Agree.
All right. This is going to be my highest item of the sale. It actually has a much larger value than what I'm starting it at. But I can say that this is only my second piece of Franz porcelain that I have ever been able to bring to a live sale. And I've actually had this sitting around for a while. I didn't know if I was going to bring it to a live sale or not. I didn't know if I was going to try and take it to our antique booth, but I thought I would offer it here first because it's fantastic. I'm not sure if you guys have seen my videos from the East State Antique Mall in Rockford, Illinois. They have a whole case of Franz, and it's just spectacular. This is more of a modern kind of piece. 90s, early 2000s, Franz produced this. They are still in business, but this is just fantastic. I absolutely love this. This is called, and this is a whole series that Franz produced. It's called By the Sea. And there's different pieces, utilitarian pieces. Most often, this is the vase. They did do like service platters, salt and pepper shakers, teacups, all in this kind of seahorse. And here we go. So it's marked Franz. It is porcelain, very high quality, very collectible. Michael Todd has offered a few pieces of Franz over the years on the live sales as well. But I can't say that I don't usually see it, nor can I afford it. Most of these pieces are hundreds of dollars. And I can tell you that this piece sells for over $200. This piece does. There's no chips, no repairs, no damage. It's in excellent condition. I don't see it. We did visit the East State Antique Mall while we were in Wisconsin over the weekend. We did stop in there so I could admire some of the Franz pieces, but they don't have any of this line. And it does have kind of kelp, if you will, and shells molded into it. No cold paint. Everything is fired on here. There's a sea star there on the back, and it's just kind of water. It's meant to mimic kind of waves here at the top. All of their pieces are very figural. They have a lot of movement, highly, highly detailed. It's just spectacular. I love this stuff. And I just don't see it. I don't see it out and about. Have you ever seen a piece of this in person, Jason?
I have in a case, but I've never, not that pattern, but I've seen that porcelain. Yes.
There's peacocks and all sorts of different flowers. There's birds of paradise. And I don't think that I've seen any other kind of fish pieces. It's all just seahorses. So
yeah,
it's just
no.
fantastic. All right. So measurement real quick before we count it down. I can't even get it all in frame. It's a big piece. It does measure 13.5 inches tall to the very top of that seahorse there. And you can see what a large piece this is. It's a statement for sure. I loved everything about it. So I was very happy to be able to have it. It's been sitting up here since last spring or something like that. I've had it quite a while. So I thought it might be time to bring it since I had some other coastal things tonight. So Nikki right now has got the high bid at 89. So we're looking for 90 or more. If you are bidding, I do encourage you to use it just in case because the lag is pretty terrible tonight. All right, so I'm going to count it down. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, a 1, a bid end.
It's a very high quality porcelain.
It's cool.
Very high
If I had
quality.
anything else that matches, I probably would be keeping it. But I don't have anything else that matches it. All right. Oh, the bid ends are coming in there. All right. So bid end is in from Karen. And how I see it on my screen, I see Miss Sherry Buchanan has a just in case of 150. Nikki has a just in case of 168, but Terry has a just in case of 245. So Miss Terry V, it is coming to you for 169. Congratulations. Congratulations. And thank you everybody for your bids as well. Thank you. Thank you.
$22. And I'm going to go from that kind of porcelain to this kind of porcelain.
Porcelain.
I tell you, when it comes to planters, I have not found one lately. Well, I love them all that I find, but me and Tina found this guy on Friday, and I got to tell you what, I love this little guy. He definitely resembles a cat, but me and Tina are on the fence. We don't know if he's a kitty cat or if he's a little tiger.
I think he's a tiger. He's a dapper tiger.
She was voting tiger too, and I got to tell you, this dude is just, he's even better in person. So there's one little manufacturing defect here around his eye. So you can see right there, it's kind of like a little glaze miss right there on the eye, okay? But all of this is glazed over. There is no cold paint on this guy whatsoever. So you can see that he has this great kitschy yellow tan look to him. He's got his little fancy beret on the top. Hello, everybody. So good to see you guys. His fancy little beret there on the top with his green little tiger eyes with his little tongue sticking out. Look at that little dapper bow tie. Tough to fur with the little feetsies sticking up. So really, really clean. And again, we do say with these planters, you can use them as planters. This one's big enough. You can use it to hold other things. Here, they actually have the back of the head. Little to no crazing on this piece whatsoever. It's made by a good planter company. It's made by the Relpo company on the bottom.
I suspected if that was Relpo. I've not seen that guy before. This
is the first little Relpo like this I have ever had. I hope that there's like a girl version, a more feminine version. And I have to hope that maybe they're looking at one another. At least that's what I hope. So again, no chips or cracks. He's in really good condition except for that little manufacturing defect there on his eye. He measures, he's a whopping 7 inches tall. So he's 7 from the top to the bottom, 7 inches tall. He's about 4 inches at the widest part there by his ears, and he's about 4 inches deep. So he is a fun, and I will say that I agree with Bill when it comes to some of these planters. I love the ones that have the flat back because he's going to fit perfectly back against the wall if that's where you're going to put him in your display. So look at that, how crisp he is. He is very heavily glazed, almost like a PY ceramic almost. I mean, come on, how can you have a bad day when this little dude with his little tongue sticking out is looking at you? So again, there's not much more that I can tell you about him, except I don't know. You guys really think he's a tiger? Maybe not a little tiger cat? I don't know. Okay, then maybe he is. I guess he would be a tiger there because that's his little mane of fur there in the front.
Yeah. I think the rounded ears say tiger to me.
Yeah. Yeah. So again, I mean, I just think he's super cute. He's definitely unique. Everybody says, yeah, Chrissy. Yeah, she says the rounded ears too. So I love the eyelashes on there, definitely with the green eyes. And there's lots of yellow on there with the cute bow tie. I mean, if you guys are looking for a kitschy little gift or maybe a little planter to brighten up somebody's day, maybe even your day, I think this little one is going to look super cute. Yeah, everybody seems to say definitely a little tiger. My internet went out. So sorry to hear about that. No. So, but again, just looking for we're showing a lovely Relpo planter right now. He's a very lovely Relpo planter, and it is made in Japan. So it is, I want to see if we can get it to focus. It does say that it is made in Japan, but that's not showing. So one more time, we'll hold it up here. I'll give you the dimensions one more time real quick. It's in super good condition, no chips or cracks, just a little manufacturing defect there on the eye. And he is just about 7 inches tall. Have you ever had one of these? You didn't?
No, I hadn't seen him before.
So you've never seen one of these before?
Not him.
Okay. Well, this was the first time for us too. I do know they did a bunch. I think they did some bow tie ones. I feel like
there's a bear that Relpo did that's very similar to that.
I thought I had an elephant that had a bow tie one.
I think you're right. I think they did a
No.
whole series of different animals with bow ties.
Well, Wendy, you got him at 22 right now. Let's go ahead and start a countdown. I'm telling you, he's even better in person. He's stately. So we're looking for 23 or more, counting it down. Caroline's in at 23. Thank you so much, ladies. So we're looking for 24 or more, just in case for active bidders. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Relpo is reliable pottery. Then what was Relco? I think it was a company. Didn't it stand for like reliable? I don't know. Do you know the difference there, Amy? What William was saying?
Relpo and Relco are not the same. I know that.
Right. All right. Well, Wendy, Caroline, I'm so sorry you're just in case came in after the bid end, but Wendy, it's coming to you for $24. Thank you so much. Oh, I love him. Thank you, ladies, so much.
Relpo is reliable pottery, William.
Yes.
I don't know what Relco stands for. I've never seen what that acronym stands for. I have not seen that one, but I know that they're different manufacturers.
Yes.
Okay. This is something I normally don't get to, like, I normally don't bring glass to sales. But I really liked this. So I picked it up, and the person that sold it to me did say that it was Murano. I cannot verify that, so we're just going to call it Venetian glass. Okay. I do think that it is in Murano style for sure. Can I verify if it is actual Murano? No. But it is kind of like this half shell dish. It is very high quality glass, I can say that. And it does have that kind of gold glittery effect to the inside of it. And the color on this is kind of like a very dark teal or peacock blue, if you will. And then the outside of it is kind of more of like gray. It's kind of like a smoky glass on the outside. So a very high quality glass either way. The bottom of it, it was polished at one time, but it is scratched up there on the bottom. So we know that it does have some age to it. And the glass was actually, it would get this kind of thing if it was slid across a table, that sort of thing. So it definitely was used. There's no chips to the glass at all. The inside does have a little scratch right in here. I did know that when I picked it up, but I really liked it. And I thought it went with the other things that I had tonight. The camera's just really not doing it justice.
It looks like a shell.
It looks like a half shell.
Yep.
So it's pretty close. Well, it's pretty close in color to like her tail, if you will. So it's kind of like in between dark green and blue. All right. Or not green. Yeah. Like dark green and like turquoise. And then all of the glitter that's in here is kind of like it's on hinging of gold. And then there's kind of some darker green areas that are down here in the bottom. Measurement for it, it is 7 inches, 7 inches widthwise, 6.5 the other way. And then it's about 2.5 at the deepest point in there. Yeah, she does.
She does.
It definitely resembles like a shell to me.
Yep.
But it is supposed to sit this way flat instead of up this way. But if you had some sort of plate rack or something that you could prop it up that way, I would probably put something in here and use it like a display because it has the perfect little lip there to display something on the inside of it. But we will bring that back at the recap. We'll get Jason going.
All righty. $20. And there was a little bit of a condition issue with this, but you're not going to find this anywhere else because this was meant to be thrown away. I believe this is a clothing box from the 1920s.
That's cool.
The place that we got it from, I actually found the soap that I'll be offering in a later round with it. So you can see we do have some staining here. But I've sold vintage clothing boxes before from like the 1920s. So I believe she is from the 1920s. I do believe that there's actually some hand painting on that. So I do believe there's some hand painting on that. Yes, she is. She is a redhead. She is a ginger, which is something you don't often see. So she's very Gibson girl, very Art Nouveau. You can see that she's, smelling the flower right there. And look at the flowy way that they painted the bottom of the dress. And it sort of gave me, I don't know, loosely mermaid kind of feels, kind of like she's whimsical floating there. But again, yes, you do see there is some staining here, but I think that gives it a good look. I think I'm here for it because, this wasn't supposed to be around. This was supposed to be thrown away. There's actually a stamped number here in the back corner. So that leads me to believe that that was like a stock number or an inventory number. And I don't know what this would have held. Maybe this would have held maybe lady undergarments, maybe a glove set. But the box itself does stand. There are no splits. Well, there are no major splits. There's a little split starting right here in that corner. But all the other corners are in very good condition. When you take the box out, which I want to be careful, when you take the lid off the box, the inside is really, really clean. I think that this would make a good box to hold ephemera. So if you collect ephemera, maybe you want to, store cards in there, maybe tally cards, something like that. So there's the inside. Remember, the stain does repeat onto the back. But for this box being almost 100 years old, if not 100 years old, I'm just amazed that it's still around and that it's now a piece of art, in my opinion. It measures just about 11.5, so it's about 11.5 inches that way, and then it measures about 7.5 across. So let's get in here one more time so you guys can see those great details. Yep, she is a ginger. She is a redhead. She's wearing this sleeveless, kind of draped across dress. I do believe those are like bangles that she has, quite possibly. And look at that flower with the metallic gold paint. I just think this screams very Art Nouveau, very Gibson girl, very 1920s into the 1930s. So Mary Ann's holding it at 20. We're looking for 21 or more. Let's go ahead and count it down. We are doing just in case. And again, I don't know the company that this box was made for. So I believe that it held clothing. So 21 or more, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. It's going to be after the fact. You think I would have measured? It's about 5 inches. That picture, that portrait in the center is about 5 inches. And if you didn't like the stain, you could cut that out and just frame that. So there's our bid end. It doesn't look, hey, there was no just in case. So Mary Ann, it's coming to you for $20. Thank you so much and congratulations.
Yes, Adriana, it was the very first thing that I did. I did already sell her. Okay. I have a fish. I have another wall fish for my next round. And this one is also made by Norcrest. And this one I've not come across in the wild before either. They did do the same style of fish in several different colorways. No cold paint that you have to worry about with it. And there's also no chipping to this one. Really, really nice condition on this one. Sometimes with the fish, if they molded them right, they could be like a freestanding figurine. You didn't have to hang them on the wall, but this one does require hanging. And I'll turn it to the back. So it even has a built-in notch. This was like the hole where they would have poured it into the mold. All right. And then they even included a notch there for some extra security when you would hang it on the wall. But it is good condition. What you're seeing, this line here on the back, is just like, I don't know how to describe that. It's not like a repair or anything like that. It's just kind of how it was molded. There are a few of those there on the back side. But it is made by Norcrest. Measurement for this one, it's not the, Jason, years ago on Instagram, this kind of, I had a flashback here for a second. I had one of my very first like live sales on Instagram. I had this huge Ceramicraft wall fish. It was like, I don't know. It was like close to 20 inches. It was huge. And I had to ship it to the U.S. Virgin Islands.
Oh my. I'm sure it made it. I'm sure it made it.
It survived the trip. But I will never buy a fish that large again because my goodness, it was humongous. Measurement for this one is 6 by 6.5. 6 by 6.5. So that's the size there. Colors in it are kind of like that maroony pink, and then the edges of it kind of fade out into some green. And then it has black stripes and white eyeball. All right. Chrissy's in at 24, so we're looking for 25 or more, and I'm going to count it down. 20, 19, 18, 17,
yes, Karen.
16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Yes, I said exactly, Karen. I said never again. I have a size limit for fish now. It won't get one that big.
I love how surprised he looks. That fish looks pretty surprised.
Ooh, what?
He's like, I'm on the wall. I'm going to be in a mermaid
I'm on the wall. Yeah, okay. Christy, congratulations. Fishy is yours. Thank you so much.
All right. I normally don't bring these to lives, or I have once or twice, so we'll see if I have the audience for it. It is less than what they normally sell for, and it works. So it is going to start at $40 if anybody is interested. This is antique. It is marked Germany, and it is the same era as that Rose O'Neil porcelain plate that I sold. So they kind of go hand in hand. So there is some hand painting on here, all right? So the housing of the clock, or the case of the clock, is all porcelain. It does have these gorgeous little like thistle style flower. These are transfers. You can tell that the gold is hand painted because they did put like a 43 on the bottom. And that means that in this era that they made these kind of porcelain pieces, like in Prussia and things like that, they would use a transfer, and then they would, to speed up the manufacturing process, they would do some of the details hand painting. So this is a miniature mantle clock. This works beautifully. It does show here in the back, it is stamped, made in Japan. I don't know the exact company. I tried to do some research. I don't know what company made the back off, probably, to find a name on it, and I didn't want to do that. So this is a wind clock. So the mechanism here, you pull that out. It does wind beautifully. This is the dial for you to set the time, and it does move. Hold on here. It does move very, very easily. These are not the little arms that glow. You can see they are sort of open. The face on it is glass, and there is no damage. And this runs beautifully and holds magnificent time. Remember, with these older wind-up clocks, when you need to start them, you wind them. You don't want to overwind them, but then you have to shake them. You have to twist them to get the mechanism to start working on the inside. So anytime you have one of these older clocks, especially an antique clock, you can wind it up. It's not going to start ticking. You have to jump start it. And I learned that working at the store. You have to twist it like that, and it gets the mechanism moving on the inside. Now, if you continuously keep it wound and on a level area, you never need to do that again. So when this gets shipped to you, you'll wind it, you'll twist start it, you'll with a flick of the wrist like that, and you'll get it going. So you can see there's gorgeous flower details up here. All the way down here to the side, it has this stately sort of mantle style effect to it. I love the green. It's the same kind of green that was on the Rose O'Neil plate. You can see that it's getting washed out. You can see that there are some more transfers here on the side, and there are no chips or cracks anywhere on the piece. You can see that there is some dating up there. I tried to do a little bit of research. That could have been a time when a clockmaker got into it to repair it. It also could have to do with when the clock was put in there on the inside. So the pink light. Yes, I know, Willie. That was one of my most favorite clocks. And that was one of the other times I brought a clock. Sometimes these clocks can be intimidating. Sometimes folks don't always know the value of them. But this porcelain clock usually can sell for $80 to $125, depending on the market. So it's a nice size. It measures about 6.5 inches tall. So it's roughly 6.5 inches tall, and it's 4.5 across. And the great part is you don't have to do anything to this. And then I would just go ahead. This dial here is where you want to set the speed. I left the speed where the original owner had it. It seemed to have held the time beautifully. And I left it run for about 2 hours. So I didn't want it ticking when I ship it. So I didn't wind it too far. So Robin, I see you're 40. Thank you so much. Let's go ahead and start the countdown on the antique porcelain German clock. I believe it's the early 1900s is when it's probably from. So 41 or more, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. Thank you, Gavin. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. And again, please, when you see it in person, it's a lot more fussier and a lot more vibrant than what all these lights are kind of washing it out. But it's a gorgeous porcelain. I do believe they call these something else, but I always called them mantle clocks. These smaller ones are known as something else, and it left my mind. So, Robin, it's coming to you for $40. Thank you so much, and congratulations. It's a great clock.
Great, congratulations. Sorry, Parmesan is up here, and he's doing naughty things. So.
Gotcha.
Sorry, I keep having to leave. Okay. My next item is going to start at 28, and this is a non-sea related thing. It's almost June, so I thought I would bring her tonight. And usually I don't come across these particular birthday girls or flower of the month girls. This is made by Napco, and it is from 1956. And there is a whole series. I did grab my Napco book so I can show you some of the other pieces from this series. Now I will say that there is a tiny flea bite right in the flower petal. Can we get it to focus? There's actually two tiny little flea bites right there and right there on that petal. They just kind of look like they're curls of the flower petal, but there are a couple little flea bites there. But no major repairs or anything, not to her head or her arm. But she is the rose, is the flower for June. So she's got a big old rose for her hat. And then she's holding a little plaque or a little envelope, if you will, that says June in her hand. And then big old roses at the bottom of her dress. The bow that goes down here, it's not black. It's actually navy blue, which is very odd, I would say, for ceramics, and just kind of plain on the back, white hair, and then just a little gold accents that are there. Nikki, I see you, and Robin, I see you at 29 as well. And I wanted to show you real quick before we do a countdown some of the other things that are available to match her. So here are the figurines. All right, so they did a different flower for each month, and then there's matching salt and pepper shakers. So there they are at the bottom. Matching salt and pepper shakers, and there's also planters available. There's some of the planters there on that one, and there's also magnetic bobby pin holders. So this page here has the magnetic bobby pin holders. So lots of things to collect for those gals, and there's also there's some more of the bobby pin holders. All right, so fun to collect those. I really like those figurines. Sometimes I find the regular angels more than I find these gals. All right, so we are looking for 31 or more. Nikki's got the high bid right now, and she does measure 4.5 inches tall. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid, and I don't know what he is doing. He's doing something under the bed. I can hear him. I don't know what he's doing. I didn't come home to anything broken while I was gone.
That's good.
He's got to get it. He's got to get it all out tonight. That's what it is. Okay. Bennett is in there from Karen. Thank you so much. All right. So Robin had a just in case of 47. Miss Nikki Moss had a just in case of 57. So Nikki, it is coming to you for 48. Thank you so very much.
All right. Amie, $45. This next piece, there were 3 generations. I did some research. There were 3 generations of this mirror. And I know you guys love when I say mirror. So there's 3 different generations of this mirror. They made it originally, and I could not find a manufacturer, but the mold was originally made in like the 20s and 30s. Then later, when there was the resurgence of Victorian in the 70s, into the 80s, they took the mold and they made them again. Then in the 80s, they made a smaller version. The version that I have right now is the second generation, made in the 1970s. Okay.
That's so good.
So this is a larger one, and I'm sorry, guys, you're going to see a reflection. I hope it doesn't deter you guys from bidding. The mirror is in very good condition. Some folks call her the bathing beauty. Some folks call her that she's a silhouette woman, and some folks say that she's nude. I think she's got a flowing kind of dress, and what I love is it's three-dimensional, where you can see she's looking at herself in the mirror, okay? So this is the second generation, and that's going to play a part what I just explained to you guys when it comes to the value of these, okay? So if you're doing research on these, if you see one that sells for $15 or $20, you need to look at the dimensions, and that is the latter version that was made in the late 80s in Taiwan. This one, I believe, is American brass or Indian brass, okay, from the 70s. Although I do not have a sticker, but I found enough versions to back that up, okay? And this second generation has great detail in it. The third generation, not so much detail. You find an original one of these, you're looking at $150 to $250 on a good day. And it wasn't made in brass. That one was made in pot metal. So that one's going to be gray, okay? So you have these gorgeous bouquet of flowers here on the side. You can see the gorgeous feet. There's absolutely no damage. I will tell you that this sucker is heavy. It is heavy. And she is three-dimensional. No damage to her arm, no issues to her face. You can see here on the back, this is sort of like the flocking, the felt that they sort of use. You can see where it is attached, and it is a high quality, where they actually use screws to put it together. Here is the easel part that is still original. You can see it still has its original piece of fabric that holds it on. I will say that this does lean back a little more than I wanted to. So you can tighten that a little bit, maybe tie it if you want to, but it's up to you. It holds it beautifully. It stands beautifully. I just like my mirror to kick up a little bit higher. So let me hold it still here. And I'm not joking. This sucker is heavy. It is, Janine. This is a beautiful mirror. It measures 13 inches from the top to the bottom, and it's roughly 10 inches across. You can see, except for any fingerprints, how clean the mirror is on it, and there's absolutely no damage whatsoever. And I love the three-dimensional woman on it. And again, some folks refer to her as she's nude. Some folks have referred to her almost like a flowy kind of mermaidy kind of feel. But you can see, I think the reason why they say she's nude is because you can see definition of her legs. But I believe she has some form of a like gown on that has a large slit in the side. At least that's my opinion. But I never got a name. I couldn't find a name of her. So let me hold it here again so you can see the great flowering detail there. Very Art Nouveau, very from the era. So again, no issues whatsoever. 13 by 10. Heather's in at 70, so we're looking for 71 or more. Let's go ahead and do a countdown on her. And I did not polish it. I didn't polish it. If you want to polish it, you can. So 71 or more, and we are doing just in case for active bidders. I see Joe back at 75, so we're looking for 76 or more. And again, this is the second generation from the very probably middle 70s, maybe early 80s. So 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. You guys can see all that fun inventory sitting on the shelves behind me. And again, it's a stately piece. You can put it in all sorts of different areas. I just think it's fantastic. So I see Heather's just in case of 85 right before the bid end. So let me check my phone. So Joe had a straight bid of 75 with Heather's just in case. It's coming to you, Heather, for $76. Thank you guys so much, and congratulations.
Congratulations. Heather. I love when you say Mira too.
It's the New England. It's the Pennsylvania. It's the era. It's the place I'm from.
All right, this is a little assemblage, if you will, that I put together with this cool planter that I got over the weekend. And it's not permanent in there, although it is in some floral foam. You can take it out. It's not permanent in here. It's not glued in or anything. I just thought it needed a little something, something. All right, so it's going to start at $16. And it is a vintage made in Japan ceramic. Here, let me see. It's blue. So the shell is blue. Ceramic little planter there in the shape of a shell. And it does have like a little added pearl there that is molded into the piece. I will show you the bottom. So it's just plain. I did see that this comes in pink as well. All right. And so I have built this kind of sparkly assemblage with a mixture of vintage and modern little stems in there. All right. So you can see that the shell, if it wanted to focus, it just does not want to at all. No chipping to the planter at all. I just really liked it. And it's not a super large planter. It's on the smaller side, but it does have some like gold detailing painted on there, and then that three-dimensional pearl. So I carried that on, and I had some stems with some like pearl kind of bubbles on it. You can see that there is a vintage gold mercury bead spray in there. Those blue glittery stems, those are vintage. There are some other vintage stems in here as well. This big long white one on the end, that is vintage. And then the blue and the gold glitter that you're seeing, that is modern. Okay. So I had to put, I don't know, I just need a little something in there. And there's no damage to the planter, so you can do something else with it if you wanted. But I thought for an instant display, to display with something else, it's just ready to go. Or if you need a simple gift for somebody that has a mermaid bathroom, there you go. It's all ready for you. The measurement for the planter, it is 5 by 5, so 5 inches on the planter, and then I did measure to the tallest stem, so that's 5 inches up there. Although if you took that out of there, it's not even quite 3 inches tall to the back of the shell. Okay, so Robin's in there at 21, so we're looking for 22 or more. I am going to count it down, and colors in here are blue, gold, silver, and white. Is kind of pulled out the gold from the shell, and then it need a little bit of silver in there too. So definitely sparkle, sparkle. All right, let's count it down. Looking for 22 or more. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, a bid end.
They just look like pearls draped in there too. The way you have that,
and
fantastic.
The ceramic pearl that is part of the planter also has that kind of iridescent finish on it. It's not showing on the camera at all, but it is there. Okay, bid end is in there from Karen. Thank you so very much. All right, so just in case is in play there at the end. So Chrissy had a just in case of 25. Robin had a just in case of 27. But Miss Sandra D had a just in case of 48. So Sandra, it's yours for 28. Thank you so very much.
$25, Amy. And Tina's letting go of one of her kitty cat pillows. So if you guys love kitschy, if you guys love kitschy plush or kitschy pillows, or cat eyes, or anything great, fantastic from the 1950s, I think this is it for you. So it's in very good condition with no smells, no condition issues. No smells or anything like that. The only thing I can tell you is I think the stitching is just a little thin right there, or that's where a tag was. Okay, so there's just a little pink coming through there. But Kitty Cat Friend has these great cat style, meow meow style eyes. I don't know if it's reading. It has sequins sewn in there with faux pearls sewed in. You have the pink little collar with the jingle bells sewn in and the little bow off to the side. And when you sit, little kitty cat friend, that drapes forward just like that. So you can see where the whiskers are stitched in. All whiskers are accounted for. Little meow meow mouth, cute little nose on there. And it's probably like a tan colored. I don't believe this was a white that discolored. I believe it's just a light little tan. There was a little teeny tiny mark right there. We worked a little bit to get it out. But I feel like from storage, a little discoloration occurred there. So again, any pink you see coming through right there It is the same pink that is here on the ears, okay? So there are no funky smells, no issues. It is a soft little pillow. So this would look great in your living room. It would look great on a little changing room table. It's just a fantastic little kitty cat face that is right out of the...
I thought that this was a pajama bag in your preview.
No. But maybe that's why Tina let this go, because maybe she found a pajama bag cat and decided that she didn't have enough room. So she decided to let this little kitty cat go. It's a nice sized pillow. It measures 13 inches wide, and it's about 14 inches long, and that's from the top of the ear. So the way she had it, she sort of had it sat, and then she had one of the ears cocked forward. So they're just flopping around because I keep moving it around. So, and the sequins here, they're sort of like a luster iridescent carnival kind of effect. So in some lights, they look blue, some lights, they look green. But I do believe that this was not like a homemade job. I do believe that this was like made, like a factory made it. So Wanda, I see you in at 30. We're looking for 31 or more. Again, no issues. You can smell that it was stored, but we don't keep plush around if it has like a musty smell to it. But it smells pretty good. I love it. So Wanda's in at 30. We're looking for 31 or more. Again, everything's intact. Good to go. 20. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Meow, meow. Mid end. Look at the cute little teardrop style mouth on there. Those eyes. I mean, any cat lover is going to love this. 50s lover. Like, you get yourself some poodles and this. Oh,
it's good.
Screaming 50s, baby. There is our bid end. Thank you, Karen Jean. Karen, thank you so much for being our bid ender. Wanda had it just in case of 41. Robin had it just in case of 65. Pardon me, Mickey Mouse was in there. So 42. 42, yes, 42. Robin, it's coming to you. Congratulations. Thank you so much.
Congratulations. Hey, Stacy. Good to see you.
Hey, Stacy.
Okay, I have some salt and pepper shakers. These were a new find over the weekend. I had not seen this set before, and they're in excellent condition. So I had to pick these up. I'm going to put them actually on my tray so we can get them up here. And so it is like a whole little set. So we've got the little under tray that is also a shell, and it's in kind of some pink, yellow, and kind of dark brown splatter. And then we have the two shakers that kind of sit in the little underplate. And one is a starfish. So we'll take it out of there. It has kind of a pedestal on it to help raise it up over the lift of the little underplate shell. So it's a little starfish, and it's kind of pinky with little touches of green on it. All right, so the little starfish. And then, Chrissy, I see you. Thank you so much. And then we have like the little half shell with a little clamshell shaker with the ridges on the back side on both sides. And then the little inside is where the holes are. They do both have cork stoppers on the inside. I'm going to show you the little underplate so you can see that it's also shaped like a shell, which I really like that. And it's kind of like minty green on the inside. Now there's a couple little overspray spots of pink paint. Somebody got a little sloppy painting that at the factory. It is marked made in Japan on the bottom. I had not seen this set before. I just thought it was really cool how they made that. And typically with these shakers that have like the little underplates, usually those are missing. So the fact that everything is complete there, I really like that. It's totally different. Jason, you're the shaker person.
Well, Tina loves her shell ones, and she does have this set, but it took her 2 times to get it with the underplate. The first time she found them, it was just the shells. And then she upgraded when she found the set with the underplate, which you're right. It's harder to find it with the underplate.
I really, really liked it. And there is no damage. There's no chips to any of the pieces. It's in excellent condition. So how I measured this was like the length of the underplate plus like how tall it stands. So 4.5 inches long for the underplate and about 2 inches in height is what you get for the shells. All right. So Chrissy's got the high bid right now at 22. We're looking for 23 or more on the set. And I don't know a maker for these. I couldn't identify one specifically, but they are definitely mid-century goodness. All right, let's count them down. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bid end.
Believe it or not, I believe hers has a NAPCO sticker on it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Honestly, NAPCO made a lot of these.
Well, hello, Wings. You snuck in there. All right. Karen's got the bid end in there. So Chrissy had a just in case of 26, but Wings had a just in case of 48. So Wings, they are yours for 27. Thank you so much. They're shakers, Shannon. They're salt and pepper shakers.
They're fantastic. $28, and I was really excited to find one of these. You can take my phone, Tina. Just take it and bring it back. So $28. I actually think I had an ashtray. I don't remember. But this is a little Victorian toothpick holder. It is made of pewter. It is probably from the turn of the century. This is where this one gets a little different. When I did some research on this, there are a couple different variations of this that you'll find online. This one is the higher quality one because it has its little pedestal feet that you can see. Some of them did not have the square pillow style bottom or the feet, okay? So they didn't, I don't know. People weren't paying what they were paying for this version, okay? And underneath, usually it should say triple plated. It doesn't, although maybe the numbers indicate, but the name on the bottom, it is Victor Silver Company. So hopefully you guys can see Victor Silver Company. You can see there's some embossing there on the bottom, and there's some scratching on it. I think maybe those scratches are because somebody thought that it was real silver, so they were testing it. I'm just guessing. So I also think that this probably could have been used as a matchstick holder back during Victorian era, but again, you guys might know better than I. Again, the wishbone is for good luck. I think I said in my video, even the egg and the rooster represented in Victorian time like a rebirth and things of that nature. So, but again, I do believe this to be pewter, even though it is made by the Victor Silver Company. I believe that it's like a pewter metal mix. So I don't know how much polishing you can do, but it's in superb condition. Even if you guys don't like the Victorian significance of it and you guys are maybe into farmhouse or decorating, we can even go with the rooster and the egg. Some folks call this an egg dish, but I don't think you're going to put an egg in there. And there's what your inside looks like. Hopefully that's reading good. That's where you're seeing more of the metal on the inside, more of that pewter kind of look on the out. So measurements, it's about 2.5 inches tall, and it's roughly about 2.5 inches wide. And honestly, it's in really good condition. A couple times I find these pieces from this era, they're dented up. They have issues because they get dropped. This one just has the most perfect patina. I don't really feel like it was abused or hurt at all. Even the detail on that hen is superb. You can see all the way down to the feet. And again, if you're going to do research on these, you just have to take into consideration the manufacturer. And apparently this company, Victor Silver, these style pieces by them don't come around that often. And what makes this even makes it a little more valuable is the fact that it has the little round footed feet on all four corners, and it is squared off in the mold. Some of the other ones, it's just like an abstract kind of round kind of piece to it. So the wishbone is, I know, Joe. And I just love, this is just a good piece. And even if you don't collect a ton of Victorian era things, this is just really neat. Really neat, even if you're into using it at Easter time. So let's count it down. Robin's got it at 30. We're looking for 31 or more. Again, it's from around the turn of the century. It's from the Victorian era. Thank you, Joe, for your 38. Dusty's in at 32. Let's go ahead and count it down. We are doing just in case for active bidders. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end just the right where you want to see it. Joe's in at 38. Thank you guys so much. There's what I'm trying to get that light to cascade down in there. I see you, Dusty, with your just in case. Again, in really good condition right before that bid end. So it looks like for 39, it's going to you, Dusty. Thank you so much and congratulations. I think, Dusty, you got my tray. So they're going to go hand in hand. Thank you so much, guys.
Congratulations. I agree. The wishbone is like, I love that they put that in there. Okay. I have a planter for my next round. This was also something from the weekend. And I thought that this was adorable because it looked like a little boy sitting at the beach that he's got on his little beach hat. I just thought this was adorable. I have seen this in a different colorway. I've seen this in yellow and blue colorway. I've not seen this one, and it's kind of like he's got kind of like minty green for his little shoes, and then it's more like a springy green for the little outfit, and then white hat with the gold like spaghetti trim. I just thought he was adorable. The instant I saw it, I was like, he's sitting at the beach playing in the sand. That was like the instant thing that I saw. And as far as I know, this is manufactured by Napco. There's no foil sticker present on the bottom, but I do believe that this is made by Napco. Really nice condition. I do not believe that there has ever been a plant in here. Really nice shape. I don't see, besides a little bit of dust that's down, way down in there, I cannot get my hand very far in there. It doesn't really appear that it was used for much of anything. There are no chips. There's no repairs or anything with him at all. Now he does have the lips on him is cold paint for the red, as is the black on the end of his shoes. And we'll turn him to the back, just kind of plopped there. That's why I thought like it was so cute. Even if you had like one of those ceramic flamingo ponds, if you will, and you filled it with some sand and some loose shells, I think that would be so cute. If you had like a little bucket, maybe a shovel or something you could put next to it. I just thought that was my vision the second that I saw it. He measures 5 inches tall by about 4.5 inches wide. All right. Yeah, with a little metal sand hill. That's exactly what I was thinking. All right. So Ashley, I see you at 18. Thank you so much. We're looking for 19 or more. I'm going to count him down. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end.
So happy. He's like splashing and like, yeah, splashing in the water.
All right. Ashley, I see you just in case. Thank you so much. And there's the bid end from Karen. All right, Ashley, it's coming to you. Thank you so much.
$20, Amy. And this is the same place that I got the clothing box, or Tina found these when we were shopping together. And I don't know how these are still around. These are vintage soaps. Okay, these are vintage soaps.
Oh,
they're
cool.
Antique vintage soaps. So you're not only getting the box, but the soaps are inside. And the soaps have the same paper graphics that are on the box. So for $20, hello, John. Funny, I'm bringing some cool advertising. John pops in. So the glycothermaline, if I'm saying that right, toilet soaps, that basically, those are chemical names for some of the chemicals that are used for early pH balance. So this was the beginnings of, people worrying about their odors and smells at the turn of the century. So that's what that represents. So it says here on the side, these are made by the Crescent Owen Company of New York City. All the way around, the box is in very good condition for its age. There is a little tear right there. And then I love the little saying it says here. It says a dainty soap for the fadicious, hopefully I say that right, fadicious folks. And basically that means, and I actually did a little bit of research, that means people that were actually, they were detailed oriented. So they were conscious of their odor and wanted to smell their very best. So that was what that was representing. And it's on both sides. Okay. So for your $20, you're getting this fun. I couldn't find any of these soaps online. I could find some of the companies advertising, but none of the soaps. So you open up the box. I cannot believe these little
No, they're
soaps.
still wrapped.
They're still wrapped, and they have the same exact little detail on them as the cover. So there you can see it is the dainty little maids. You can see all different kind of ladies in bonnets. There she is with her Victorian attire with her fan, and they smell wonderful. Honestly, they smell wonderful. They still smell like soap. So you could take those out if you want to, and you could smell. I'm sure. Well, it kind of really does, Dusty. I really think it does smell okay. I mean, it's definitely a bygone era. I don't think you want to use these, but it actually kind of has an okay odor. So, again, thank you, Tracy. I'm just amazed that I have a box of vintage soap that never was used, and this is 100 years old. This soap is 100 years old, never used, and the box graphics are fantastic. Yes, there's a little bit of splitting there, but overall, I mean, if you want to decorate in your bathroom, maybe you have a powder room, I thought this would look wonderful on your top shelf. And here are their silhouettes of trees. So those are trees on both sides. And of course, you have this woman here with her large, and you can kind of tell like the wind caught her bow a little bit. I don't know what the significance of that is right there, if that's part of their logo or what. So I see you, Robin, at 20. Thank you so much. The box itself measures 6 inches by 3.5, 6 by 3.5. Again, I don't know if the Crescent Owen Company, I didn't research what they later became, but to find an old vintage box of soaps with all 3 soaps, one of them here is kind of caught. So that's starting to come loose on the one. But honestly, that's just fantastic. I think it's great. So let's do a countdown. Robin's in at 20. We're looking for 21 or more on the antique soaps. You can put them on display. So we'll count them down. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. I'm with you, Pammy. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Just as folks were starting to worry about their pH balance and their odors and all those good things, as we were getting into more of the 20th century. So, Robin, I see you're just in case. I don't think you're going to need it. Robin, I think you got one of my most unique things of the evening. Thank you so much. It's yours for wait, what was your bid? For 20. So it's yours for 20. Thank you so much. Congrats.
Very cool. I like the box graphic on that.
Uh-huh.
That's kind of like an added bonus. All right. Okay. I have, and this is my next round is going to be for the pair. So this is not for choice. All right. So this is for the pair at 18. And this is a pair of jewelry items. All right. So one, I believe, is vintage, or it definitely could be antique. I cannot tell the difference. And the other one is more of a modern piece coming out of my collection. I thought they looked pretty together. So the first thing, I'll show you the vintage thing first, is this carved mother of pearl brooch. All right. And white on white. Is that going to work? I don't know. But it is carved mother of pearl, and it's kind of like in this flower design, and it's really not focusing. I should have taken a photo of this one as well. But it's really beautiful. Very detailed hand carving on it. And on the back here, it does have a safety clasp attached to the back. And in very small letters on the back, flat part of the safety clasp there, it does say Bethlehem. Okay. So I do believe it came from there. It's stamped that way on the back. I did see some other variations of hand carved mother of pearl brooches, some more elaborate than this, with that Bethlehem stamping there on the back side. Measurement for the brooch is 1 3/4 inches in diameter. Okay, so it's really pretty. That, and the second piece that you're getting is coming out of my personal collection. And it is a little bangle bracelet with a charm on it. And I suspected that it was not going to focus. So I did take a picture so you can see. So this is more of a modern piece. All right. It does have a little charm on here with a mermaid. And on the bottom of it, that is a real freshwater pearl that I opened myself from a jewelry party. It had it set in there. So it is a real pearl that is dangling on there. And it's a 6mm freshwater pearl that's attached there. And I'll take that down so you can see the rest of the bracelet. I'll take it off my hand. So it is not sterling silver. It's silver toned there. So there's the little dangle, and it's on this little bracelet that just has a simple clasp that hooks together on your wrist. And it is a Vantel Pearls piece. I don't believe that they are in business any longer. I have a mermaid necklace that I got that matches this, but I wear the necklace more often than I wear this. So I thought I would include it with that pretty shell brooch because I thought that they complemented each other very nicely because the pearl matches the mother of pearl. All right, so I'll show you that again in case that wasn't focusing, but she's just kind of sitting. She's kind of posing very similar, might I add, to the Bradley mermaid there. Very similar pose there, holding on to her little knees, if mermaids have knees. Anyways, that is the same kind of pose there. All right, so you're going to get the pair together. I just thought that they looked good with each other. All right. And again, the pearl itself, the real pearl there on dangling down is 6mm. I did it was an oyster. They cracked it open and then they take it out and wash it and then they show it to you and then they set it there in the jewelry. All right. And my mermaid necklace has a black pearl in it. But let's count it down. Chrissy's got the high bid right now at 22. So we're looking for 23 or more on the pair. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Mermaids have knees. The F is silent. The knees. Good call, Karen. Good call. I love that. All right. Dusty is here just in case. Right before Karen's bid end. All right. So Chrissy had the high bid at 22. Dusty Moose had that just in case. Chrissy, your just in case did come in after the bid. So Dusty, it is yours for 23. Thank you so much.
$18 choice, and I have some kitschy rhinestone cats for you to choose from. So it'll be choice. The two right there with the amber style eyes, they're going together. And then the Rose Lane here, cat, which I believe it is going to be by itself. So it'll be $18 choice. Let me show them to you. Let's start with this one first. Due to the fact that it's signed USA on the bottom like that, I do believe that it is a Rose Lane, okay, or it's California pottery. So if you guys are familiar, these are kind of matte satin, like biscuit kind of finished cats or animals. And then they give them these big, huge rhinestone eyes. So this one, it'll be your first choice. Like I said, the other two will go together. $18, no chips or cracks. Look at those big turquoise blue eyes on there.
I love that one.
These are some of my favorite. The most recent one I sold was to Catherine. It was a Napco one, but this one is definitely the California pottery one with the C there on the bottom and the USA. So it is airbrushed with some pink on it. So you can see there are some pink details that repeats here alongside the back. The way the light hits it, it might be washing it out, but they sort of airbrush it with some different colors. Sometimes they airbrush them with a blue. Sometimes it's usually like a blue or a pink. So this will be your first one at $18. And these are getting a little harder to find in good condition. It measures 4.5 inches tall. 4.5 inches tall. No chips or cracks on that. And these, I think, are just fantastic. These are like little Siamese cats with these fun little I didn't even check to see if these glow under black light. So no, they don't glow under black light. You'll get both of these, and they are both marked Japan. So this is when Japan was kind of trying to mimic what California was doing. And they're sort of the little, like the long neck cats I sold the other week. They kind of lean into one another. I have never had these or seen these before. I've seen like a larger sculpt, but I've never seen these before. So for your 18, you're going to get both of these. So if you're into like mid-century style cats or you're into Siamese cats, I think this would be for you. And these measure 3 inches tall. So these are 3 inches, and you're getting both of these. This isn't choice on these small ones. I'm going to keep the set together. So kind of made of the same exact material as the Roseland California one. There you can see it is marked Japan on the bottom as well. And they're just stinking cute. Maybe they're a little creepy with the rhinestones. I don't know. I'm here for it. And if you think they're creepy, I thought you could work them into maybe your Halloween display if you want to. And here late, when I find these animals with rhinestones, they've been missing them. These have all their rhinestones. So, and I kind of thought they paired well together. So, Ashley, I see you're 18. We're looking for 19 or more. I mean, if you took both sets, I could imagine that you could kind of do a display like that if you want to. So, I think they would look pretty good all together. So we're looking for 19 or more. Let me get them the way they're supposed to be, and let's count them down. Ashley's got them. And Ashley, you can use it just in case since you're an active bidder. And you'll be getting the 2 small ones as a bid or the tall one. So 19 or more, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. We're looking for 19 or more, or the bid end. From Karen G. Thank you so much, Karen, again, as always. And those little 2 guys are staying together. So let me sit them down. Congratulations, Ashley. You didn't need it. So for 18, let me know. Did you want the, we'll call this one, we'll just call this one blue, and we'll call this one, and we'll call these gold. Or you can take both sets. So we'll call this gold. All right, Ashley, they're both yours. Thank you so much. Congrats.
Good choice. All right. This is also something I normally don't bring to a live sale, but I have a Wade Whimsy, just one.
Okay, just one.
I don't have like a whole chocolate box full, Jason.
All right,
just have one. But it's a mermaid. It's the mermaid.
Oh my God, that's a good one.
The mermaid Wade. And there she is. I think she's focused, and we'll just leave her right there. So I won't try and move too much. It kind of looks like she's talking on the shell phone.
She is.
She's got a big old shell up to her head. She's getting all the latest ocean gossip there on the shell phone. So this is a Wade Whimsy. There is a whole series of kind of nautical things. There's different kind of shells. There's a starfish, a sand pail, a lighthouse. I'm trying to think of all the things. I think there's a fish as well that goes in this series. But this little gal is not an easy one to come by. So I was pretty happy to find her because I'm always happy when I find a mermaid, but this gal is really not easy. There's no chips, no repairs to her at all. If you guys are not, most of you, I'm pretty sure, are familiar with what Wade Whimsies are, but they would come in the Twinings Tea whole series, and they've been doing this for I don't even know how many years they've been doing the Wade giveaways. I'm pretty sure they still do that. Jason, do you know?
I feel like they just recently stopped. Recently stopped. Yes.
I know they've been doing it for a long time.
Decades.
Yeah.
Since the 60s, I think.
Yeah.
Since the 1960s.
Very long time. I don't know how many are in this particular nautical series. Usually they did. Well, I know that they did every single something for every holiday. So there's 12 for every holiday of the month. I know that there's 12 in that set, but some had different variations, and then there's tons and tons of different animals to collect as well. Measurement for her, she's just 1 3/4 by 1 3/4, and that's it. She's a tiny gal, perfect for a little shadow box or something like that too. All right, so it looks like Linda's got the high bid right now at 13. So we're looking for 14 or more. Linda, you want to hold on to that just in case until we are doing the countdown. All right, so we're looking for 14 or more. And now I'm going to do that countdown. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bid end. I have never, ever once brought a Wade Whimsy to a sale. Not one time. My first time. All right. There is that bid end from Karen. Thank you so very much. All right. So Robin did put in a just in case during the countdown. So just in case of 31 over both high bids of 13. Since Linda did put in the just in case before the countdown, we're just going to take the 13 bids there. So Robin, it is yours for $14. Congratulations. Thank you so much.
Hello, Sharon. Good to see you. $12, Amy. And hopefully I still have some Disney lovers because I have 2 more rounds of Disney tonight. And I got to tell you, I'm a sucker for these old straw boxes. And this one, I didn't count them all, but I do believe all 100 straws are still in here. Now, y'all, I'm starting this at $12. If you go over to eBay, I'm not kidding you right now. There's people asking $150 or $200 for some of these. I'm not kidding you.
Wow.
Okay, you go over to eBay right now and you put that in, you're going to be blown away. So I don't know what's going on with it, but I think that it's a doggone fun advertisement. Even if you're not into Mickey or Disney, I think this would be fun in your summer display. So $12, you're getting the new old stock Mickey Mouse 100 Sunshine straws from the Sunshine State. And this is the sanitary and their convenient way to serve. And I love this back. And it says iced drinks or milk. And then this says bottled beverages. So we have Pluto represented. We have a little Donald going on. And we have a little Mickey. So I think these are really, really fun. And this is actually the Walt Disney production. So that helps you date it. So a fun box with some fun graphics. I love the font that they use here. And I love how they kind of have their little picket signs as they're saying what kind of drinks you can use these straws for. So on the side, I think that would look nice in your displays. And then, of course, it says for home use, because I don't know why you couldn't use it anywhere else, but it's for home use. And it's 100 of these Mickey straws. Here's what the top looks like with the Mickey Mouse. And it looks like I don't know, 2 of them for 25 cents back in the day.
Wow.
They're made by the Hertz Manufacturing Company in New York City. And then that's what the other side looks like. They didn't stamp that for a price. And then you have it repeat over here. And then it repeats over here on both sides. No funky smells, no odors. The graphics on this are fantastic. I think this is a box from the late 50s or early 60s. If you want to use the straws in your display, they're actually paper straws. And they have these fun rainbow colors. So sometimes when I had the when I had the drink carriers with the glasses in, I would pull some of these straws out and put them in there. So thank you so much, Sim Simmer. I see you're 13, so we're looking for 14 or more. The cellophane has no damage to it. The box is in really super good condition with no real age wear to it. The box measures 9 inches. So it measures 9 inches by 4 inches across. Thank you, Tracy. I see you're 14, so we're looking for 15 or more. And what I love is if you love this side, you could use that side. I think they're both pretty even when it comes to displays. So no fading, no funky smells. And I do believe, I didn't count them, but I do believe all 100 straws are still on the inside. So let's count it down. We're looking for 15 or more just in case for active bidders. So 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. That's just iconic. That's as like Americana, I think you can get.
There's so many really cool straw box graphics out there.
Yes.
That would be a whole collection, even if it's not Disney. I think.
Fun. Disney made a bunch of them. So
They did.
If you start with this, I mean, you can definitely. So
I know I know you've only been to the Springfield Antique Center, what, twice?
Yes. Yep.
All the Disney stuff that they have there. They have a whole case now of just all Disney straw and paper products. Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, I'm telling you, I don't know what's going on eBay, but y'all check that out and get back to me if you know what's going on. So Robin's Just in Case with Sim Simmers Just in Case and Tracy's. Robin, they're coming to you for $21. Congratulations.
Congratulations. All right. My next item is going to be 16. And I think we have 2. So 2 more rounds and then recap. Okay. So I have another. It wouldn't be like an Under the Sea theme without a turtle. Although this isn't a sea turtle, I don't think. But I thought I would bring her. This was something I got at Elkhorn over the weekend. And this is a Brush McCoy little turtle. I think adorable. This is not usually when I think of McCoy turtle. This is not the one that I think of. I think the more realistic turtle that's crawling around the ground in darker green is what I think of. But this is a little McCoy. And I think it's just a little, I think it's Mother Turtle. She's got her little cap on. She still has paint left. Usually the paint on these are missing. And she's that quintessential late 40s, early 50s green, jadeite green. I really like that. And I love how they did the details for the shell on the backside. I don't believe there's ever a plant in her. She's really nice and clean in there. Actually, the guy that I purchased this from, he had a huge space just of planters, all sorts, Roseville.
Was Bill out there selling? Was Bill set up out?
Yeah. And he just had a fantastic array of planters. They were all in fantastic condition. Gotcha. And I saw this cute, I was like, oh, that turtle's mine. He's the cutest one that's out there. And it is stamped there, numbered for the mold there on the bottom. No chips, no damage to turtle at all. Not a super large planter, which I like. I appreciate the smaller ones. 5.5 inches tall by about 3.5 inches wide. All right. So I see Jasmine is in at 17. Thank you so much. So we're looking for 18 or more on the little turtle Brush McCoy planter. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid in. Karen, I do. Turtle. Yes, I do. Master of Disguise. That's a funny movie. Dana Carvey, right? I think. Yeah. All right. There is the bid end from Karen. Thank you so much. All right, Jasmine, it's coming to you. Thank you so much.
All right, $10 choice. And I was trying to do research because I didn't notice that these were signed until right before. But there'll be $10 choice. And I've never had them this old. I actually kept the mermaid one for us. But we found these.
The covers are so good.
These are Wee Wisdoms from the 1930s, okay? Now, guys, there's a little bit of wear to these. And I think John says it right. When it comes to these Wee Wisdom, please remember that when some of the things were written in here, this was a different time. So if you're going to share these with like anyone that is like young, please just beware that some of the writings in here, there's nothing in here that's horrible, but there is some American Indian stuff in one of them. So please just know that these were written in the 30s. They're not 2025. Okay. So it will be choice, $10 choice. There is a little bit of wear, and I'll be quick with these. There are some really, really fun illustrations on the inside, and each one is signed and illustrated by Lola McCall. Now, I recognize that name, but doggone it, I don't remember anything else about her. I was trying to do
Valentine's.
It's what I thought.
Valentine cards.
It's what I thought. And I was trying to do a quick Google search, and a lot of these illustrations on the front remind me of like the 1920s, 1930s style illustration. So again, they have a fold in the middle because we suspect they were sent folded in half. Each one measures 10 by 6.5, 10 by 6.5. So you can see there is some wear here on the spine. Here's what the back looks like on this one. And one of the fun little articles in here is the story. It's the grasshopper went a-sailing. So I don't want to hurt it, but look at the graphics on here. Look at the frog. Look at the like deco style, Nouveau style illustrations on here. I will say out of all the Wee Wisdoms, these have some of the best graphics in them that I had seen. And I never knew that they made these in the 1930s. So here, these have to be some of the most earliest ones. And this story here is The Bird Neighbor, and it's a story about, I guess, the birds build a nest. It's a whole thing. So this one we're just going to call May. So that's going to be your May of 1933. This one, and Amy, I very seldom find fairies.
That cover is amazing.
Like, so there they are with his little friend, his little it's his little mouse friend. They're, of course, mushrooms. And this one, had to look on the inside. This one is September of 1933, okay? But look at some of the inside on here. Some of the graphics on there, Wee Wisdoms. I mean, these are just fantastic. Wee Wisdom is also the kids' magazine. Yes, with religious content. You're right, John. Now, here is early anthropomorphic. This is a story about a girl with her little flower, like the little flower people. So there you have, it's Rockabye, Hushabye Lady. I don't know. I didn't get a chance to read it, but it is all about these little like children that are little anthropomorphic style flowers. So if you're into some anthropomorphic, this is really good. And all the other illustrations in here are in really good condition. I couldn't find, with a quick flip through, I couldn't find any writing anywhere. This one does have a little bit of foxing on the top, but again, almost 100 years old on these. Blows me away. So I'm trying to see if I can find anything else. I'll let the new owner enjoy them. So Robin's in at 20. So this one is September. That one is September of 1932. So this one's from 1932. This one is from 1933. So we'll just call this one May, and this one's going to be September. Okay, so let's do a countdown. Robin is in at 12. We're looking for 13 or more. It'll be choice on the Wee Wisdoms from the 1930s. So 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Again, this one is from May. This one is from September. And that's how we'll claim them, September or May. I thought this was great for, being in May. This one, of course, is great because of the illustrations. Both sort of hard to find. Not a lot of these on eBay.
Oh, no. That pixie cover.
Oh,
everything.
There's the bid end. So we had Lisa, MJ, Robin. So Robin for 18. MJ, you'll be back up for 17. So Robin at 18. This one is September. Oh my God. I'll tell you right there. It says September. Jason, both, and thank you, Robin. Thank you guys so much.
Fantastic. I've had some Wee Wisdoms too, but they just have cool stuff on the inside.
They do.
All the illustrations. Okay. This is our last round, you guys, and we will do a quick recap, and then we have a quick community share from Miss Tina Malm, and then we'll talk about next week, which also has a schedule change. All right. Okay. My last round is going to start at $12. And I have had one of these, I think last year, actually. I had one of these. And it's just a little shell trinket box. And there's different styles of these. I do know that exist. I believe this is a cowrie shell with like the tortoise kind of finish for it. And if you can see it, it does have a hinge mechanism, also formed out of wire here on the back, and then it has this kind of clasp here, and it shuts really well. There's no bending or anything with the shell. I just really like these. I don't see these very often. They did do kind of like smaller versions that would be like jewelry that you could keep a little memento or trinket in, but it does open up. All right, so very similar to the larger shell box that I had earlier. It does have kind of like some gold working to apply all of the mechanisms to the shell pieces. both in good working condition. I don't really see any kind of notable issues to either pieces of the shell or the hardware attaching the pieces together. I really like all the spottiness of it. But I couldn't find anything tiny enough to include in there. I wanted to put a little surprise in there, but I couldn't find anything small enough. Unfortunately, the Wade Whimsy Mermaid was too large to fit in here.
Gotcha.
So measurement for it does measure 2.5 inches wide and about 1.5 inches deep there. I feel like, let me grab a ring real quick and we'll see here. Well, this is actually one of my grandma's rings that has a pearl on it. So I think probably a couple rings would fit in here just fine. Several, if that was something that you wanted to like keep in the bathroom next to the sink, it definitely would work to store things and keep things safe in there. Maybe even a small, not already been chewed gum.
Yes.
It's not a gum, Parker.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so we're looking for 14 or more. I'm going to count it down. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bit end. I'll show you like size wise. She doesn't like, if you could figure out a way to prop it up, she could sit in there, but it doesn't close. Her tail's too big.
I haven't heard that turn of phrase in a long time.
ABC gum, Karen. Where'd you pull that from?
Okay. Oh my gosh.
There's the bit end. Thank you so much. All right. So Chrissy had a just in case of 16. Dusty Moose had a just in case of 24. So Dusty, it's yours for 17. Thank you so much.
All right. These are a little more contemporary, although I think they are early 2000s. So $12. Hopefully I got some Disney lovers still, because I think these little shakers are going to look great in your summer display, because I would like to think that Mickey wears a straw hat and Minnie has her pink little bow going from Memorial to Labor Day. So these are little ceramic head bust salt and pepper shakers. Now they actually have cold paint on them. So she has some cold paint, and there's just a little bit of wear to the cold paint on her bow. And this is cold paint down here as well, although you can still make out the S. And there is a little bit of roughness here, okay? I didn't touch that up. There's a little bit of roughness right there. So thank you so much, Sim Simmer. I see you're 13. So we're looking for 14 or more. But again, they're in very good condition with no chips or cracks. Does have its original stopper, and then it does have its little original Mickey, yes, made in China on the bottom. So there is Minnie right there. Thank you, Nikki. I think these are so adorable. And I love imagining Mickey. I love when they bring out these old, I always called these the barbershop quartet hats. Yeah. They always remind me of like, you know, the barbershop quartet. And I always imagine like him probably walking down Main Street wearing
Main Street USA. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yep, with the hat. And of course, he's your little Pepper. Now, it looks like there's a chip here, but that's glazed over. See if I can get it. See that little white spot? That's glazed over. So there is no chip right there. I keep feeling it because I think it's a chip, but it's smooth and it's got glaze over top of it. So, again, he is in superb condition, and he is cold paint too. So you got to be careful. Don't go wiping that. You're going to wipe that cold paint off. And I can't believe after all those years, they still used it. That was cold paint on his band that goes around his hat as well. So each one of these roughly measure about 3.5 by 3.5. So straw hat, yes, definitely. Definitely a straw hat. Oh, and he is your 2-hole. He's your 2-hole, and she's the 3-hole. Right back there. Again, I think these are really fun. You can use these as little figurines. Whatever you want to do. I just think they scream summertime, and they went with the kind of one of the themes I had for the evening. So we're in at 13. We're looking for 14 or more. Let's go ahead and do a countdown, and we are doing just in case. So 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Looking for 14 or more. The bid end again, Karen. Thank you so much for being our bid ender this evening. I see your just in case of 20. Thank you so much, friend, but you did not need it. Congratulations. They are yours for $13. Thank you so much.
John, I'm actually surprised because you don't live very far from Lake Michigan. Right. He says he doesn't go boating, so that's why I'm saying that.
Right.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Jason, do you have anything to recap?
I do not.
Okay. I have one thing. One thing to recap. I will show it one more time if anybody is interested in that. And that is not the button I wanted to pick. There we go. Okay. All I had left was my I'm calling it Venetian glass. It could be Murano, but it's in the style of Murano. So no sticker to confirm anything about it, but I'm just going to call it Venetian glass from the area of Murano. So this kind of shell shaped, and it's kind of like a emeraldy green peacock with the gold shimmer in there. This was $25 if you want to claim that. It did have a polished bottom, but it does have some scratching on here, so definitely was used and moved across the table, indicates some age on it as well. And there is a slight little scratch on the inside of it, but is a really nice, beautiful piece of glass. Usually something I don't bring to sales, but I thought it was really pretty. It does measure 7 by 6.5 by 2.5. All right, so that was 25 for the glass. You can type in 25 glass if you want to claim it. If not, that's totally okay. And we do have a couple things that we want to talk about. Jason, you want to talk about what's coming up for you when you're doing your invoicing? I'll talk about mine, and then we'll talk about next week.
Yes, I will be doing all my invoices are going to roll out between like Tuesday and Wednesday. Hopefully, I hope to get everything packed and invoices out by Wednesday afternoon, because we would like to be able to ship everything on Thursday. If you guys don't get it paid and I can't ship it by Thursday, it won't go out till next Tuesday, because we will be at the Midwest Holiday Show that is in Canfield, Ohio on Sunday. It runs from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. So we won't be back until Memorial Day. The post office is closed on Monday, so it would not go out till Tuesday. So it can sit and wait. We're all right with that, but we would like to get those invoices out, get those paid, so we could get those items shipped to you from us. So I think that's it for me, Amy.
Okay. And then I'm going to be doing all of my invoicing tomorrow. So I will send you an email when your invoice is out there with a link. Everybody gets a link in their email. And just in case you need that guest checkout, it's available to everybody. So at some point tomorrow, you'll see an email from me. And I also would like to get everything shipped out Wednesday or Thursday at the latest, because we're also leaving very early Friday. Also going to the Midwest Holiday Show. So
yes.
I'm not going to be set up. Mama Pam and I are not going to be set up at the show, but we are going to the show. So, and I think that's it for me. So, schedule change for next week for Fantastic Finds. Because of our traveling situation, we have moved Fantastic Finds to Wednesday next week, because Jason and Tina and then are going on vacation.
So that's in between, they're going to start our bathroom.
Oh yeah, that's right. They're remodeling the bathroom.
We come back and they'll be doing the bathroom.
Fun times. So yes, Fantastic Finds will be on Wednesday, the 28th next week.
Yes.
So not on Thursday. And I will put that StreamYard up there within the next couple of days, so that you can set reminders. I know that's an odd day on a Wednesday. I know we used to be on a Wednesday back in the day, but we will only be next Wednesday on. And then the following week, Jason's going to be on vacation.
It's going to be a big one.
So you may see a different face here next on that following Thursday for Fantastic Finds. You might see a different co-host with me that evening. But we'll talk about that next week. All right.
I'm so excited. It's going to be so good.
Okay. So as a reminder, you guys, if you want to email us any photos in for Fantastic Finds, here's our email, ShareMyFindsLive@gmail.com. Any photos that you want to send to us, we are very low in the queue. I know I have a couple that people emailed us over the weekend, but if you want to send us any photos, just make sure and include a brief description along with your photos so we know how to talk about your photos when they're shared here on the big screen. And if you want us to mention your name or not, or if you want to be anonymous, that is totally fine too. But we can always use some more to share in upcoming shows. And I just have 2 photos tonight to share with you from Miss Tina, Tina M, down in the chat. So not Jason's Tina, but the other Tina that we see in the chat. So here's the first photo. All right. So you can see we got a swung vase here. All right. And her email was titled Hidden Under the Paint. So they found what they first thought was a milk glass swung vase at the Brass Armadillo Antique Mall in Des Moines, Iowa, which I was just there in January, and they have tons and tons of swung vases at that antique mall. But her husband reached up there and brought it down from the shelf. And then once they got it down to inspect it a little bit further, they realized it was something else. So this is the before photo. Okay.
Right.
And here is the after.
No way.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to just be milk glass.
It's like 2-tone spray painted.
Oh my God.
Interesting, right?
Yeah.
And there's the after. So it's avocado. All right. And I asked Tina how they took the paint off. And she said
I need to know.
It was a combination of paint stripper and it was a paint stripper, but it was a more gentle citrus paint stripper.
Gotcha.
And once they put a little bit on there, it came right off. So, and she also said that the vase is 21 inches tall. So
awesome.
Good score, good save on that one. So, I mean, I've seen other people come across spray painted vases like this or glass in general. So you can get it off with a little bit of elbow grease. So
I don't know, Joe. I don't know why they do this either. Because if you want that kind of glass, you can find it. You don't have to paint it. Like, yeah.
I agree. Well, we've also seen people super glue.
Yes.
Super glue things to make other things out of. You know, Viking. I've definitely seen people super glue Viking together to make other things.
And we've seen folks take paint off things that they shouldn't be taking them off. And there's a special place in HE double hockey sticks for people who deface Santa mugs. So
yes, definitely, Tina, you guys saved that vase. And I'm so glad that all the paint came off, because sometimes I don't know, depending on what kind of paint it was, I don't know if it would come off. But I'm glad that you guys got it all off because it looks great.
Amy, can I be like a happy dad for 1 second? Tracy asked me how Anna Banana's doing.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely. So I don't know if I'm going to get to film it, but we did get the $200 animal gate. Okay. So we got it. We installed it. Her and Dino were nose to nose the other night eating treats.
Really?
Through the gate. So Dino was there eating. She was right there. No hissing, no pissing. Now, Frank, he's my old school mobster. Like, he's like, I ain't. So the specialist does want us to get Frank to partake. But Frank, I think, is actually probably old school mobster. And I do believe he's part of like the like he's being hidden. You know, he's in the witness protection, but he's just a cat. So Frank's a tough guy and doesn't really care. But fingers crossed, we're gonna move the gate. And
that's between, good. I'm happy to hear that.
I think by this time next month, everybody will be hanging out. So he is Tracy. He definitely is. So, but I think this time next month, everybody will be free roaming. No more gate, because the gate sounds like the gate on a pool. Because when Tina's coming in and out of the room where I do, it sounds like someone's getting out of the pool. You know, you know the way those gates.
I know the sound. Yes.
On a swimming pool. Yeah. So thank you guys for asking. Yes, it's going well. And I'm just going to tell you, she can't go anywhere because she literally gives kisses. If you go up and you put your head down, she'll rub her head on yours, and then she'll take her nose and she'll bop you a little bit and try to give you a kiss. So
that's so cute.
I'm a sucker. She can't go anywhere. So we'll get this figured out. We're on the right track. So it's all good.
Good. I'm happy. Tina, thank you for emailing us in those photos and sharing that. And happy that all worked out for you guys. All right. And thank you again to Karen for
Karen,
doing
thank
our
you so
bid
much.
ending. We appreciate you so much. And I'll say a thank you to Kim and Ruthie, even though they weren't here with us tonight.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you to all my mods. All right. Okay, you guys, thank you also for being here and hanging out with us tonight. We appreciate you guys so much. We hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. If you're coming to the Midwest Holiday Show, make sure to stop by Jason Tina's booth.
Please.
Say hello to Mom and Pam and I if you see us at the show. And you will just have a fantastic time if you come to the show. So definitely check it out. And we will see you guys here next Wednesday for another episode of Fantastic Finds. All right. Have a wonderful rest of your evening and good night, everyone.